Okay, guys, we are live! So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly, what am I going to be? Your friendly rogue trader, I guess, today. Because today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign, playing, Fantasy Flight Games' outstanding rogue trader for Warhammer 40K RPG. And we are playing through a modified version of the Into the Maw adventure out of the back of the core rulebook. So if you are intending on playing out Into the Maw at some point, I mean, this is session like 13 or 14. So, I mean, if you're coming in this late, then you're probably well past spoilers. But this can, if you are joining us for the first time, the session might contain spoilers for that adventure if you do want to play it. So just be cautious with proceeding. Assuming you don't care about the spoilers, or if you've already played through that adventure, let me introduce you to the stalwart crew of our vessel, the explorers themselves. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up, we've got James.
I'm James, and I'm playing Regius Benetek, the ship's navigator.
Nice.
Just slightly mutated.
Yeah, he's been mutated since last we saw you, Dave. Next up is our resident armor smith, Dave.
Hey, everybody. I'm Dave, and I'm playing Godwin. He is our seneschal, and it's been a long time. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna have to try and get caught up on A, what's going on, and B, what my character does.
Oh, it's exciting. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to get caught up on. The things you should really just look for are the advantages. Remember to take a look at your advantages, see what you're capable of, or talents, I think they're called in this game. And last, but certainly not least, is Sean.
Hello, I'm running the rogue trader Quinili Aquade, and he has been practicing. I will throw in as a bonus. He has been practicing his weapon skill and his acrobatics.
Good on him.
And we should know that our ship is several kilometers long, just to fit the captain's ego.
It's a compliment. He's puzzled. Captain's puzzles him.
Like, so puzzled he's shirtless, staring at a uncovered marking on the wall. Puzzled, or just kind of quizzical for a
while
moment.
Beating his chest with a sword. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let's bring Dave up to speed on the events of the last few sessions. So Dave, what our heroes did, or excuse me, our explorers, is first they went down to a desert world. They arrived in the system. What system was it again? I was going to say, it's not Mortis Probati. It is in the Magaros system.
Oh.
Yeah. You had followed, you may remember that on, I can't remember the name is Station.
Deep within the Winter Scales realm region of the Coronis Expanse.
Yes. You guys had, from the time you arrived at Port Wander, you had seemingly had reasons and to solve some mysteries in the Coronis Expanse, because you found that astropath Nemolith, that strange black stone that had a psychic echo in it of some strange far-off system. Well, our explorers managed to find said system. Is this it here? Let's see. No, that was, but not before stopping off at Stepstones. This was the kind of waypoint inside the Coronis Expanse. Our explorers did have some challenges making their way through the Maw itself. Actually, I've got your actual characters here now. So, boom. Oop, they're sitting over. There we go. For the thing. So the guys arrived at Stepstones, they upgraded some stuff on the ship, and then they made their way off to the Magaros system. They found a dead world there that seemed to have a maybe not native population, but certainly a population. Do you remember what that was, guys?
Orcs.
Orcs, that's right. We had some orcs. We had some armsmen go down on there, but in the heart of that, our explorers did find something that was of particular interest to Regis. Regis, what do you remember you finding in the middle of that that dead Xenos city?
Yeah, we managed to find a room with a Xenos artifact where I was able to interface with it, and then I could see through time and space. I could see the sort of history of the people long back into their past and way off in different places. Regius was very taken by it.
Yes. He also was able to uncover something.
Yeah, I was able to see where our target ship, the treasure ship, was off in the in an asteroid belt far out in the system. So I got to know exactly where it was.
Mm-hmm. Look at all these dead people here, guys. Holy smokes.
There you go, guys.
Seriously.
We can always get more.
Let me resize this sucker. I don't know what I sized this for, but holy smokes. That is too big for the screen. Here we go. So where this thing was found was in a ring, a billions of miles long ring at the like the edge of the system. There was also some concern on our explorers' part about the rival vessel of Captain Haderach Fell, the Fell Hand, being out there. What strategy do you guys remember adopting while you approached this? Because it was pretty clever, I thought.
We interrupted communications. I'm trying to remember how we did it. How do we do it, Regius?
Yeah, your tech guy.
Yes.
Explorator, I think he's called. Is that right? Yep,
Explorator sounds right. It did mess with our communications too, but it was worth it. Yeah. And because we figured he was, I think we just figured he was there. And so,
you found a beacon too. There was a
beacon. That's right. Right, beacon.
Something was watching near the entrance to where the fallen ship was.
Yep.
So our heroes then, or explorers, and took one of their gun cutters, and with the comms all down, made their way down to the ship itself. And what did you guys find as you made your way through the bowels of the ship?
Let's see. We landed a little bit away, not knowing what to expect from our nemesis, where he would be, etc.
Yeah.
And on the rock that it's embedded in. That seems correct, right, Kevin?
Yeah,
it's embedded in.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, we had a bunch of armsmen with us and some technicians of one type or another, medical, technology, and we got ambushed by some heavily armored mercenary types.
What? Outrageous!
Yeah, outrageous.
That was.
I think I was there for the beginning of said ambush, and then not for actual fight.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn those cliffhangers.
Yeah. So we did make our way through there. I'm sure some armsmen joined the Emperor. Some of our armsmen joined the Emperor on that fight, but we got through there okay, and we snuck on board, and pretty promptly, and basically in this general location where this screen indicates that it looks like that. Made our way through some challenges aboard ship of one kind or another. Yeah. Difficulties in making our way along the length of this big, hopefully treasure-filled ship at that point.
Naturally, I mean, come on.
I would hope. To the bridge. Made our way to the bridge. But
you did have a game of cat and mouse with a whole host, like a gauntlet, if you will, of battle servitors.
Oh, yeah.
At one part way along that trajectory, we were working our way through a room and suddenly these things popped out and basically nuked most of our party
Yeah.
because our guns did squat to them.
Yeah, I think the only thing that seemed to have any remote effect on it was Captain Aquare's, actually his plasma pistol and his power sword. Yeah, the plasma pistol did I think you shot that other one in the head.
Yeah. It was particularly advantageous to get in too close for it. So you close really tight, so they can't really bring their wicked auto. What's it called?
Heavy bolter.
Bolter. They're heavy. Auto heavy bolter is just ridiculous. So so Captain got in tight, so they couldn't just paste him with it, and then could slice and dice. But they're tough. Very tough.
So you there was a running fight through that gauntlet where they managed to trick basically a bunch of them to going down one corridor. They ducked around the backside, and though they suffered a lot of losses, they managed to make their way to the bridge. And then on the bridge, what did you guys find? Actually, I can bring you back to the bridge too, because that was a pretty cool looking map. Done by what's his name? Gabriel Pickard. Let me bring everyone out here, and you can see. Dave will put you down here too. Do you have sight on this one? Let's see here. There you go. So what do you guys recall about this giant emerald or jade glowing engine?
Xenos, full of combat servitors, and we went off to the left from our perspective, and most of us, all of us went off to the left.
I think you guys all stuck together this time.
Yeah. Because otherwise, to go straight would be just to head right into the combat servitors, which was poor, to very poor, and snuck around a bit. That lasted for a short while, but not long enough, because that got our psyker pasted, and the rest of our armsmen were taken out in this effort, and then we did make it to the other side here. The rest of us. And our arch militant died in the last room. I forgot to mention that. He took
easy come, easy go.
Yeah. I don't know if he got a shot off.
Well, he died doing what he loved, being shot with explosive ammunition.
Right. But we made it down here. I think we might have taken out a servitor early or put in some damage on one, but then we ran in. Did we?
Yeah,
no?
you melted one for sure. I think there was only 2 or 3 down here. You definitely melted one. You might have destroyed 2.
But then things got tricky because the captain Aquade ran right into our nemesis's psyker, Lady Ash, down in this general area, and she promptly mind controlled. It's pure rumor, and I don't know if the captain's going to own up to it, but apparently he was mind controlled by the psyker. Dirty rumors, but
yeah.
And I guess
he
Reggie
let it happen, right? Like that's
a great point.
Yeah.
That's there's room for you on the ship, GM.
And he also allowed them to control Alessandra as well.
Right.
So I believe both of them fell victim to her warp mind powers. But Regis...
Weak-minded fools.
Regis was not as susceptible to her psychic charms, and he was able to secure a surrender from her.
Yes.
And in a show of loyalty to the captain, or perhaps to the greater good, he actually didn't vaporize her immediately. I think if we had not left with a cliffhanger and had 2 weeks for James to cool down about it, she may very well have had her head shot off.
Right.
But we did
I
come
was in mood to end her participation in the game.
So this brings us up, Dave, to last session. And last session, what happened, guys? Well, I guess we did leave out the Captain Aquare's decision to improvise a ventilation system for the reactor.
I don't know if it was my shot. Was it my shot? It was? Was it my shot?
It was definitely your shot. And
well, that's what they say, Godwin. Don't believe this chaos nonsense. They're trying to bring my family down. You know how it is. But
well, somebody put a plasma round through the reactor, and that seemed to have a deleterious effect on the ship in general. Do you guys recall what that was?
A plasma round through the.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was a glow. There was bad glowing going on.
Yeah, the funny thing is, Dave, is like you may be thinking like, oh, it's going to explode. It's actually even worse than that. So.
Yeah,
probably just gonna leak radiation everywhere and.
Pretty. Let's see. What were the details, Regius? Pretty much. What was the?
Let me give you a visual aid to operate from.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Necron sort of.
Right. So it broke down the stasis field that kept these little beauties safely stasied, whatever that word would be, stasied, and so they got out, and they're very unfriendly, and started making their way through crawling through the ship. There was still some nonsense to go in this room though, because I don't know, arguably worse than the captain getting mind controlled briefly is our deal with her, where she convinced us to. I was super annoying. She convinced us to like trick her captain. So we just made this deal with her. She doesn't. I mean, her credibility is at least questionable, under the circumstances. I mean, it's okay as far as it goes, but she switches allegiances quite quickly, and she convinces us to pull a fast one. We'll have her deceive her former captain, but she says it's going to require us to be in bondage, for her to have the drop on us. So we have to trust her. With the exception, it seemed a little thin at the time, and it was thin. I think the way it went down, it didn't, it could have gone badly, because Regius's, third eye attack.
Third eye,
I guess. Yeah, third eye attack. We had that as a somewhat thin reed to fall back on in case this whole thing was, a ruse. But she had us disarmed and bound, as part of this deal to show her captain, and it all went okay. But it was not. The captain did not feel like it was his finest moment. He doesn't like to deal from below, as it were.
Because of the way she is an astropath. So the way that what she said, at least, was that because she was going to be she was already lying to the captain through the astropath, and they would have had a telepathic link directly into her brain. She was already having to lie about one thing. To lie about more things would have exacerbated the situation, and because the astropath would see what she sees as well, that having you guys bound up and her having his power sword to Aquare's throat would sell the scene, as it were, more than her not sharing it and having to lie about that, as well as trying to draw Captain Fell down onto the vessel.
Being a bit of a psychic myself, and looking at the way she looks, I think she's got a side gig as a dominatrix myself, but
it's pretty much nothing but Hot Topic as far as the eye can see in the 40K world. So there's a lot of very edgy outfits. However, as your captain has alluded to, it turns out that it wasn't. She wasn't running a fast one. At least that wasn't the game. And she turned all your gear back over to you and freed you all using the captain's power sword, which led to you guys making your way through the ship trying to sneak back to the gun cutter. And that was when you guys ran across.
Everybody at home's like, wow, I forgot about all this stuff.
Well, it's been, like we had a couple of, 1 month breaks there between my vacation and then just summertime. Summertime is tricky sometimes. So then what did you guys face as our last encounter last time?
So, with the foreshadowing prior, the scarabs, these monstrosities that have now escaped from stasis and are crawling around the ship looking to devour and kill, and it's gone okay. It could have gone worse. There's quite a few of them, so it's kind of hard to say. As goes with this game, that happened with the orcs too. That at the very beginning you're like, okay, I think we're screwed here. We need to just run, I think. But then we're fairly, with fate points and armor, a little tougher than you think, even though it doesn't look too good. And so we're on we completed it, right? Yeah, we're all done here.
You did.
They're all,
Would you like
vanquished.
to tell Dave about the best game mechanic that was related to the Necrons?
These things, when you shoot them, they come back to life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Again and again and again and again.
Yep.
I think I logged in to see part of that, and I was like, oh, this sucks. You guys are getting your asses kicked. 15 minutes left in the session. I was like, there's no way Kev wants me to log in. So.
God, running in to try and save would have been helpful for them. The resurrection protocols. The Necrons have a nasty habit of being able to get themselves assembled back together, but that did seem, at least the lesson that they seem to learn from here is that is a hive-based or at least a swarm-based thing. With all of them destroyed, none of the resurrection protocols triggered again.
Yep. And we didn't lose anybody. We thought we were going to lose Lady Ash for, once again, like part of the crew for all of 8 minutes, and then get torn apart again. Another NPC, another named NPC getting shredded. But she came away.
This campaign,
I had to use a fate point to get to trigger back.
To slap some, because if you hadn't have done that, she would have been bleeding out. This campaign, I believe, has exceeded our body count set by Barrow Maze as far as high watermark of how many NPCs routinely died every single session. So
that is a Friday thing, perhaps.
It's a Friday thing.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. So we are picking up. I guess first, the last thing we'll do, just because it's been a bit, Dave. Let's maybe. Do you have any questions about how any of your talents function?
I was trying to look them over while we were doing this, and I don't remember as much as I'd like, so I will probably just kind of keep picking up as we go. But
here we go. Let me just go through here. I'll take a look. See, just so you're aware what ones.
Underroll,
it's a plus 10 to fear. Got the right one? Yeah, it's got one. A bonus for blending into crowds. Let's see here. Etiquette. That's it. Actually, you know what? You don't have that much in the way of talents to worry yourself with. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Also, any of the cascade skills, any ones that have like multiple things on Firefox, for whatever reason, they don't function. So you'll just need to roll D100 for those.
Okay.
And remember, if you hover over where your fate points thing is, it'll pop up and tell you what they do, what you can do with them.
Those little eyes.
Oh, the little eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, those little eyes are sweet.
Yeah, they're really helpful.
They're really helpful. Yeah, like on the skills too, and they're good.
Okay.
Good stuff.
So that brings us to our fully caught up in the bowels of this. What was it called? The heavenly something or other?
Oh, the righteous path.
Righteous path. Thank you. Yeah. So I think our session opens, Terminator style, with this big metal boot stomping on a metallic scarab, and you can see it's the servitor stepping forward to take its place next to Lady Ash. You all kind of take a long look around to see if everything has been defeated, and it seems as if this is just more scrap in a dead ship at this point. Lady Ash leans on the side there and kind of catches her breath, and she seems to be, closing her eyes as if she's a little woozy. Perhaps she's a little concussed by being torn open by the scarabs.
Lady Ash, you don't happen to have any healing capability, do you?
No psychic capability to do so, no.
All right.
She might have, let me take a look and see if she's got training in, it's Medicaid, I think is the skill in this.
Let's check with our medics that we brought with us.
There's just bloody smear in a darkened hallway somewhere. Right. Nope, they said she'll be fine. All right. Let's see.
I'm actually going to go ahead and spend a fate point right now for a little healing on that note. Unless, well, what does she say?
she is not. No, she is not trained in Medicaid whatsoever. Oh, Dave, shit. One thing we are doing, though, is you can, any of the basic skills, go ahead and put yourself at, is it trained?
Trained.
Yeah.
All the basic skills, put them at trained now.
Yeah, I think that's already happening.
Oh, I did that on your sheet. You know what? Yeah. Help, Cap from 2 weeks ago. Good job, buddy.
Nice.
Way to go, Captain, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
All right, so you're getting, is that for you, Captain?
That's for me.
Remember, Lady Ash does not have any fate points of her own, so if you guys choose
Charity
to spend...
begins at home. That's what the family, part of the family motto.
Oh, man. They had a clip of the head of the United Auto Workers Union talking about how billionaires are a policy failure, and if you want rogue traders, this is how you get rogue traders. Like setting up billionaire dynasties. This is where we're going. So Captain Aquare, Godwin, or Regius, have you any interest in spending fate points to try and help out Lady Ash, or are you gonna just try and ask her to be more cautious?
I'll. You want me to do it? You did the last one.
Regis is a little banged up too. He's down by 5.
Okay.
She's down
I can't
by
roll these for the life of me, but
14.
we'll try it. This will be for her.
Yep.
I can't roll those, man.
Okay.
Jeez. I get her 2.
I think you guys have control over her token as well, so feel free to add that on.
Okay.
Okay. And Regis, you can tell that she seems like maybe she got her bell rung harder than she thought, but she has a look as if she's troubled or confused by something, and her eyes are beginning to have that kind of that blaze of warp power in them, and she looks at you and she says, "Can you feel that?"
Oh, and can I? Can I
give
feel
us
anything?
Signescence check at plus 20. Remember, don't put the plus sign in.
Signescence 20.
Let's see. Holy smokes.
Wow.
So, what you feel is, do you remember the sensation you got when you linked with that astropath Nimolith?
Mm-hmm.
There was that very unique kind of way of storing data. It feels like, gosh, there's gotta be 10, maybe 20 whispers, psychically speaking, that are being carried on the winds of the warp. Now you
Can
both
I get a feel for it?
Yeah, like you both contacted with you both managed to contact the Nimolith at a different time. Remember, she had a contact through her familiar than you did afterwards. She between you and her, I think you guys will be able to triangulate to this thing. What do you say to her? She's still looking at you with her eyes kind of blazing. Do you sense it?
Yes. It's washing over me.
There are so
A
many.
dozen more. Can you feel where it's coming from? Is it Xenos?
I cannot. It feels the same. Does it not? There
It
is
does.
a. Oh yeah, sorry, no, Dave. I forgot to give you character vision. Hold on, I'm a dummy. One sec.
I'm just like, maybe this is just playing out, and I'm not privy, so I should be in the
No,
dark. Literally in the
I'm
dark.
an idiot. I'm an idiot.
Okay, oops, there we go.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the horde of scarabs they dealt with. So, if you with a roll that good, yeah, like this is when someone imprints onto a Nemolith, there's going to be a. You could call it a scent, you could call it a signature, you could call it an echo. None of those are really the right word for whatever a psychic impression is, but in your mind, it's the exact same stuff. So whatever navigator imprinted onto that and left that information and the impression of the Megara system in that one Nemolith that you found, then these must be from the same one, which means it may have been Captain Aquare's ancestor's navigator.
So it is. It's traces of the original, the one who actually guided the ship here.
What are you two babbling about over here? Makes me nervous when all this it's like a psyker conference.
We talk of things you would not understand, Captain.
Oh dear heavens. My grandfather could hear you now.
She does look at you and she says, but he does understand Prophet. Captain, what we are sensing are more records left by your ancestor's navigator. The travels that he... Whoa! Okay, maybe don't do that again. Sean, the measuring tool thing?
Okay.
Yeah, because it just the whole program just slowed to a fucking crawl. I know they implemented changes to the measuring tool, and usually whenever they do that, it fucks everything else up. Like our cameras are stuttering on my screen now. Your character is still slowly making the way, so maybe don't use the measuring tool anymore. That wasn't happening last time we played, but it is happening now, and I know that they finalized an update to their measuring tool. So once this...
Gotcha.
Yeah, because now everything's back to normal. Now your character's finished the move, so... It's not you that's done anything. It's their latest update of the thing that's going to cause problems for how the whole rest of the program functions.
Yeah.
I think they beta test that. But
I think they get it to a functional state, and then they let people complain, and then they address whatever. I'm sure it'll be fixed in time. Just for now, everything's slowed down to... So, what it means is, it is a record of everywhere that your ancestor traveled. Every place they would have seen. Every destination in the Coronis expanse that he ventured to. All of that information logged on a Nemolith. Regis, you rolled well enough to know, like, there is absolutely no way she can know that for certain. She is definitely speculating here. That is not what is... You've done the very best you can to try and scent this out. It definitely does seem like the same thing, and there is that same connection and same authorship, but without actually looking in these Nemoliths, metaphorically speaking, you can't possibly know what's in there. So she may be blowing some smoke here.
Yeah, Lady Ash, calm yourself. We need to be grounded here. You take it too far. But indeed, Captain, we do have the traces here. your ancestors' navigator still lingers.
You came here in search of riches. It seems your ancestor has nothing to offer, but perhaps his navigator will have left something of value for you.
So you think that one of these devices is on board? Is that what I'm
Many
catching?
of them, Captain. She's not lying there.
And so that's what we have to go searching for now, I suppose. Very well.
Godwin, as
Well,
a
we're
son
gonna
of
run
Shaw, you can feel free to remind the captain that you're actually on the run trying to escape before the
Dying horribly.
Captain Fell gets here, or before these things and more of the Necrons get out. But
Between a rock and a glowing green hard place.
yeah, and from a navigator's perspective, Regis, like you know the bonus that the bonus that you're creating a map creates for you. Imagine having a wealth of information just like that, plus perhaps some other impressions that you're beyond just a map and directions that a predecessor navigator may have had. This could be a huge leg up as far as seeing what's out there. Who knows where? There's great swaths of the Cronus Expanse that are still unexplored. And there's no telling where Captain Aquarius' ancestor actually was. So
it could be a treasure trove of information, Captain. Sadly, not of gold, but of information.
Can you take us there, Regis?
Yes, can I feel in my bones where...
between you and Lady Ashen, with your incredible roll, yeah.
Then, yes, Captain.
Well, without delay, let's go.
Okay, so let me bring you over to a different corridor. Shaking things up. I love the sound of that engine humming in the background too. I will miss it when you guys get off the ship. What am I talking about? If you get off the ship. I'm sure you'll get off the ship.
Yes.
Let me grab everyone's token from over here. Proper sized ones. All right, so what you are able to know for certain is the direction of where this thing is. What you don't automatically know is how best to reach there through the ruins of this ship. Oh, did we lose you, Dave?
Oh, yeah, my computer just froze. I'm going to reconnect.
Okay. Let's see if you come back in. Oh, I reconnect to my side. I got everybody. Nice. All right, so you guys, how do you foresee you trying to wind your way through here? Let's make this another, what do they call it? It's not an extended test, it is a extended test by another name. What skills do you think you guys would make use of?
I'll use my Psyniscience to find the right way, right?
Psyniscience will definitely get you the direction of where you... Yeah, I can see that helping. Yeah. A challenge, that's what it's called.
Challenge.
Yeah.
I would think at some point I would possibly be able to put my leadership skills to use, possibly with the command.
At best, that's a supporting role, I think. It needs to be... You guys... Had you other people to work with that, then definitely. I think you could call on your advantage once during the challenge to give someone a plus 10. Definitely, but I don't... Just simply being like, you can try harder is not going to cut it this time.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What about dodging our way through challenging terrain, or Like through flaming areas and steam goats and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think what that might.
I'm looking for something like a agility, moving around. I guess contortionist is also a.
Yeah, climbing could be something like that, where you're clambering over. Acrobatics, perhaps.
Awareness,
most definitely. Yeah. Senescence to go in. Captain, do you have a lore that might apply?
Maybe rogue trader lore. If being on a rogue trader ship,
I can see that. Because what you're talking about is the layout. Because what it is you basically got, one side of, where you are, you know where the ending of this labyrinth, as it were, is. You need to figure a way to navigate through that stuff. And perhaps just being a rogue trader lore, that might be of benefit, because that's knowing how intuitively you lay out ships. One of the things that it's a poor idea to try and go against the grain when you're designing a ship just for the sake of it. So, and the universe of 40K is very much a conservative and ossified kind of place. Notwithstanding that the rogue traders are probably the most dynamic among them. So there are probably some assumptions about how to navigate through, or like what access hatches might be in, or crawl spaces. So, Godwin, how are you feeling about using awareness for yours?
I was looking at awareness or I don't know if there's any other skills here that might, other than like the climb and dodge and those kinds of like active
climbing,
skills.
I think dodge less so, because that would be more when there's an actual hazard.
Okay, so once something goes wrong, then you would use that.
Yeah. So anyone can go ahead and take the lead on this. Captain, you are going to be able to grant your plus 10%. What is it? Plus 10%?
Yeah.
Yes. So you'll be able to use that once during this first pass for somebody. So who would you like to grant that to?
Start it off. Whoever's going to lead. Who wants to?
All we're shooting for here is 6 degrees of success.
I start with Psyniscience. That's how I will, to get us on the right direction.
Okay.
Yes, do it.
His eye blazing. This way, Captain.
So Godwin, what's your skills like? What percentage?
Depends on what. Well, my best skills are fellowship and intelligence. They're not really, unless I'm trying to evaluate something. I don't see.
You don't have a lore that would help us, right? Since that's intelligence based.
No, well, Archaeotech and Xenos are my lores, and Underworld, so not helpful in this particular venture.
Okay.
So save your roll for while Godwin works out which one he'll use. You save yours literacy. For him.
Okay.
So let me roll on that. So it's unmodified?
Unmodified, yeah. 1.5. All right. So, following Regis's psychic connection with these things, or the scent of them, you're able to initially follow a relatively straightforward path through these corridors. They still have that same kind of lighting. I'm assuming everyone's weapons are out still. The battle servitor, is it at the front, the back, the middle? What are you thinking?
Probably the front.
Probably front, okay. Actually, Lady
The
Ash.
front. I think we were doing that before with the front, but maybe Regius, behind it, since he's leading. Since, with the
Lady Ash will be right near there as well, because she has the control of the servitor. Who is at the rear then?
Probably not Godwin. He likes to be in the middle.
So the captain is at the end?
Oh, wait a second. Do we want to put the captain cannot quit? Aquari doesn't lead from the rear, does he?
Oh yes. Oh yes, he does.
Charge in there, Godwin. You've got this.
It all depends on the situation.
Yes,
If it's dangerous, it's at the back. If it's profitable, it's at the front.
that sounds appropriate. I will agree.
I assume all this is out of character, or is this? I'm right here. I'm right here.
I think we were talking about this in vague terms while we were trying to determine which order we were going to go in. Yes. So from the middle, I will use awareness to try and perceive changes in the environment or anything hidden, or maybe even some traps.
Captain Aquare, would you like to use your bonus for Godwin?
Sounds good.
Okay, Godwin, you're going to get a +10 on this. Remember, don't add a plus sign. I think it has a drop-down menu actually for the modifiers, doesn't it?
Not that one.
Modifier? Yeah,
It asks you. Yeah.
Put in a 10?
Oh, does it?
A 10, yeah.
No plus?
I think it asks you.
Oh, now would you like to spend a
nice one.
fate point to re-roll that?
Ooh.
Yeah, I will totally re-roll that. So take a fate point off. -1.
Yeah, it's your blue bar. There you go.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead and re-roll with the same modifier, +10. But don't put the plus sign in.
I'm not putting the plus sign. Maybe I pretend I put it in last time? No.
Come on. There you go.
Oh,
That is actually, Godwin actually finds, he sees maybe just like there's a flashing of light at one point when you're passing by a corridor, and he's like, I think this will take us around, and it sort of dog legs around this whole busted area that would have been much more difficult to get through. And you guys are able to arrive at what Regis and Lady Ash can both feel. You guys can picture walking up to the entrance to this room. I have something a little more appropriate for psychers. How's that for psycher decor?
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so you walk up to one of these rooms, and there's the big skull and whatnot on there, and Lady Ash kind of puts her hand up, her eyes still, blazing with that psychic power, and she looks at you, Regis, and says, "Can you feel it?"
Can you feel it?
You most certainly can.
Yes, lady. We approach it when nearly there.
Should we?
So I'll search around and see if I can see anything.
Searching around for where and for what?
Is there any sort of artifact that might store the...
you have to enter the room first.
Oh, right, okay. Then I am going to creep up then.
Okay.
And stick my head in there and start edging my way in, trying to... I guess it's a mixture of my eyes to see if there's anything that looks like a artifact as well, xenofact, or even.
Yeah.
But also my Psyniscience to try and feel it psychically.
Yeah, you need not make any Psyniscience roll in part because you got 8 degrees of success in your first one, and in part because this thing, it blazes with a great deal of power. So this thing is about maybe 2 to 3 feet, or maybe 2 feet across from wingtip to wingtip. And it looks like this, roughly. And if you can picture that thing being made of a blackened stone, the same stone that the first Nimolith that you examined was. You may remember it's a long and narrow kind of thing. You've also noticed that in one of the wings that makes up this thing, there is a single missing feather. That would be the exact size of the Nimolith that you had recovered.
Ooh.
And this thing, it's almost as if it is murmuring to you. Like the other Nimolith, you may remember you had to like focus your psychic power in here. This thing seems to be blazing with psychic power.
You seem more intense than usual, Regius. What is it?
It's a killer. It's got the Navigator's power embedded in it. I feel it. I feel it.
How big did you say it was, Kevin?
About 2 feet or so, maybe 2.5 feet wide. And then you can judge the dimensions based on that. It's probably about close to a foot tall, maybe a little less than that.
Is it it's attached to something like the wall? Or
it is mounted on a like a cradle, almost like what you would use for, not a cradle, but like a
sword,
a lectern or something like that, like what you would use to hold a Bible or other holy verse to lecture from. Is held up like that reverentially. Something you could access at human height easily, as if you were going to read it or perhaps interact with it. But in also a place that in the room where it has a place of prominence and easily draws the eye.
Do we need to take it, Regius, or is this something? Does it contain something?
I suspect we need to take it. Just as the earlier Nimolith was taken.
Oh yeah, like it's the amount of information that's in there is quite likely to be quite complex. So you would want to have it as reference, not trying to memorize the stuff. That would still, even just tapping into it and whatnot, would give you some benefit, but not nearly as much as having access to all of them, because you can't really access them all at the same time either.
Take it.
It's also worth noting that the wings little tips, each of those is a small little component, but it seems as if the entire Aquila is made of the exact same substance. So it might be a much bigger repository of more information.
All right, Godwin, get on the other side of this thing.
Would you give us a Senescence roll 2, Regis?
Let's go get that. Come on, let's have another good one. Ooh,
let's see.
I better re-roll that bad boy.
What we do here?
Can't be doing with that.
Fate point that? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And
those were lousy rolls.
Yeah, not great. It's just with how good your skill is. So, as you open your third eye and your other psychic senses, you can almost picture that your breath is beginning to form. And as soon as it hits the threshold of this room, there is most assuredly some unnatural creature in here. Something likely of the warp.
Ooh.
And it seems, from the way that you can see the shadows rippling at the base of that lectern or whatever, the way that it ripples, it's almost like you can see something undulating and coiling around the base, as if it was basking in the power of this thing, drawing it out, perhaps. That might explain as well why it's bleeding psychic information the way that, or broadcasting at least psychic information the way that the other did not. So Lady Ash is perhaps about to go in, and you can put your hand up and stop her.
I say, there is a warp fiend in there. Can you feel it? Can you see it?
She stops, and let me make a roll for her. She rolled pretty well. And she staggers back. How could I miss such a thing? She looks at you. Your senses are uncanny, Navigator.
This thing is ridiculously powerful. Its scent.
I mean, there are all sorts.
Stench.
What do you have any lore skills with respect to the warp, or anything like that?
Well, I've got. I was just looking at my navigator powers because that's there as well. But
oh yeah, you've got something.
well, there's Psyniscience. I've scores warp, forbidden law.
Yeah. Go ahead and give it that roll, and you can get a plus 20 to your roll.
All right, I need to roll this manually because that's bits of the
Oh,
sheet.
it's one of the drop downs, yeah.
D100, so that would be an 81 for me.
Okay. Holy! So, you know precisely what this fucking thing is. This, whatever is lurking around there, is referred to in some either psychic texts or heretical tomes as an Ebon Geist. They are nearly mindless, animalistic predators whose hunger for life is boundless. They are drawn to the psychic energy of mortal life like sharks to blood water, but they can be dulled by the presence of other powerful psychic phenomena. The Geist murders with its chill talons, leaving nothing but bodies consumed to desiccated husks. The screaming shadows of their victims cold burn onto the hull where they perished. And there are most assuredly almost like Hiroshima shadows on the ground where this thing must have consumed its enemies or its prey. And allow me to show you what you see in the warp.
Foul fiend indeed, lady. This thing is vile.
So what you would also know is there are definitely a wide variety of different entities that exist in the warp, from the ruinous powers, which I can't remember if they're called that in 40K, but the greater chaos entities, all the way down to minor servitor things, to things unrelated to chaos or otherwise, just manifestations in the warp of other, the eddies and swirls of chaos and warp energy being manifest by thought or need or desire or whatever. This is something that is definitely a challenging adversary, and you certainly do not want to become part of its prey, but it is not the kind of thing that is insubstantial or not subject to the physical world. In order for these things to have the greatest way to feed on the natural world, they need to be part of it, and by taking on flesh, they assume all the weaknesses that come with that.
It's a foul warp beast, Captain, but it is of this world. It has tangible form, not one that you want to be touched by.
It also likely...
It is evil incarnate.
its power, its touch is likely to go directly through conventional armor as well. Force fields may afford you some protection, but as a being of the warp itself, it will make your power sword seem as if a butter knife trying to fell a tree in comparison.
How do we kill it, Frigus?
Is that battle servitor? Make sure it has a full chance. But then we need to attack from a distance. We don't want to get in close with this thing. If we have the choice.
It likely can pass through walls as well.
Also, your death flew before the break.
However, the more you, I'm just reading here, sorry, the more that you damage it, the more tenuous its hold on reality may be. So you may be able to, by beating the shit out of this thing, it may very well force it to lose its grip on the world, and it'll slip back into the warp. What do you guys think?
I could try my power captain, but it's very unreliable. Maybe we need to use the sheer force of the Emperor's weaponry.
You mean your third eye? Yes. You're suggesting?
Oh, you're not muted in Roll20. Sorry.
Your third eye, Regius. It was just that was probably a function of the warp room we're in.
Precisely.
Yeah, I think it's highly unreliable. It's a bit of a last-ditch weapon.
You don't think it would? How do you think it would work against such a creature?
Yeah, it's probably got a very strong willpower. To linger in this world, I suspect it has very great strength of will, and that does not bode well.
That's weird. Yeah, Dave, I'm not sure why. It could be that you don't have the...
Oh, yeah.
You know, we could try, guys. Hold on, just because we're doing it. Try turning it so it's view only, not view and voice.
Okay.
Let's see if we're still able to... is that where your settings are right now, Dave?
Yeah, like there used to be a button when I clicked on my picture that toggled the mute on and off, and that's not there now.
No, I lost you guys. When I put it to video only... Oh, well, let's see here.
I'm going to go back to both.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to both because I just lost you guys once again.
I think both is what we always used.
Both is what, for whatever reason, seems to work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on just the one, if that's...
That's strange. But yours always seems to have a different way, because you had, you were the one who had problems last Friday, and then we didn't have any problems with it afterwards, although it could have been that game, the GURPS game we were playing.
Yeah, us Europeans. That's GDPR, you see. That's what does it.
Definitely.
I went back to both, and it gave me a mute button, so I guess I was on video only, and that's why I didn't have a mute button.
That's weird, but it was working for you, because when I put it to video only, I lost all your cameras. So, who knows?
And in golf, I want to say, he was on video only for a while, and then it stopped. Remember, it stopped working last Paradar session.
Yeah.
He had to go to
weird.
Both. It's weird, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why it works that way. I really wish they would fix the fucking camera, the new one. But the last time we tried it, we didn't even get through the intros because we were already losing frames because it chews up so much bandwidth. Yeah, but in any event, okay, so then, guys, what are you planning on doing here? This thing... moves around. Only Regis and Lady Ash have stuck their psychic-filled heads in there. Oh, in fact, I think maybe an awareness check is in order for the Ebon Geist.
Awareness from the rest of us?
So it...
Or do we...
Oh, just the Ebon Geist is making an awareness check to see if it noticed. As I said, it seems to favor psychic power. And we have two very powerful psychics very close to us right now. Now, let's see here. Addison, did you set the stuff up correctly? Attaboy. Attaboy, Kev. All right, there we go. You guys can see the bar but not the numbers?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. So this
That's
thing...
a big bar.
It's a mighty big bar that thing has.
It's really great seeing the, like, in D&D 5th we've been playing on Wednesdays, and for some of the things with that have, like, really a shit ton of hit points, it's neat seeing the guys get big hits and then it goes, eek, it moves a teeny tiny bit. Like, oh no,
Yeah.
fuck.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Yep, 100%.
Or just time to roll, you know, 2 20s when you're rolling at disadvantage.
Right.
All right. Then what this thing does seem to be stirring. So I think perhaps we need to drop into some initiative here. Let me remove all turns here. All right. Now, I can't remember if this sheet... Oh, wait, so here's something else they say. Let's test this. They say that you do not need to click on your tokens when you roll initiative any longer for any game. I don't know if that's true, but let's test it. So if you just want to click on initiative, we'll see if it actually populates in there.
I just tried it, and it gave me a message in chat that I need to click on a token.
Oh, there we go. Maybe it's only the publisher-only sheets, but...
Yeah.
I had a feeling that would not work out. Okay. Well, even the measuring tool, like the because you've used that since the last time, Sean, and the tokens move a little slowly, but it wasn't like we just saw today, where suddenly it was like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the upside, it was only like 5 squares you move, so like. Better that than having a 42 square move. We're just like, okay, so I guess we don't have cameras for a half hour.
Let's take our break.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let me give a quick roll here to give you her. I'll roll this thing's initiative first. Holy smokes. Okay. And for her, 3 gives you a... Let's see. Where are you, lady? There we go. Not great. And let's see here. Captain, would you give us a D10 roll for the Battle Servitor?
There you go.
Hey!
I can't roll for myself, but I gave him a good one.
So that is a total of 11. So there's a lot of you guys acting on 11 here. All right. Now, I believe it's agility is the tiebreaker here.
30.
30. Regis, what is your agility?
My agility is dismal at 30.
Which of you would like to go first? Godwin or Regis?
Regis does.
Okay, I'll go first. If you like.
Psychic Brain is up first. All right. First is this thing.
Oh, good.
Not good.
Who does it kill first?
Rogue Trader. What's my next character going to be?
What kind of attitude is that, crew?
So first thing I'd like you guys to do is, would you kindly each give us a willpower test at -10?
Ooh.
All of us?
All, please, yeah.
Okay.
Minus
I know
10.
you guys are immune to nice. Yeah, willpower at minus 10.
If it helps, there's
yeah,
my...
it's not a fear effect.
Okay.
So I remember this thing does have a 0 narrow success. Oh. Yeah. Holy smokes. Look at that, guys. All right, so what happens is the entire corridor, this is classic horror movie shit where it just like all the lights kind of flicker, it gets dark in there, the temperature plummets, you can feel like goose flesh appears on your skin as the temperatures drop by 15 degrees Celsius. And then as that is happening, this thing comes surging out. Oh, good, it can fly. Oh, man, it's got some cool abilities.
They sound really cool. I look forward to them.
You guys are always so much more capable than you think. What in the... Hold on here. Yeah, it's got an ability that doesn't seem to actually exist. At least not in Rogue Trader. Hold on. And this is from the Rogue Trader book, too. This isn't like I'm using a Death Watch adversary that doesn't have... that has its own rules. Let's see.
That is grotesquely overpowered.
I did have to scale down the whatchamacallits.
The
Necrons, yeah. Although you guys are, like, you're not Space Marine capable, but you guys are a lot more capable than I think we all expected. There you go, conditions. So I'm trying traits. That F sharp is it? Come on. God dang. Fucking hell. I was trying to see if it's something that they intended to include but forgot to. 130, here we go. I do love these rulebooks though. These are really well put together games. Nope, doesn't exist in here either. Alright, so, and it isn't, some of them are listed as abilities on the actual adversary themselves. That is not the case here. So I guess we have to make up what this ability is. Ooh, okay. Haha, they listed a talent in the wrong area. So there we are.
Oh, it doesn't have it then. Good.
yeah. You listed it wrong place in your sheet. This is your accountant showing.
Exactly. I'm sorry. We've checked here. It's not in the right place, so you cannot use it.
Oh man, you know, people like to really give credit to rules lawyers. I think rules accountants, there definitely is some credit to be, or actuaries to be given there too.
Your character is not certified.
Exactly. All right.
Return to the warp.
I hope you bear all of this actuary advice in mind, Sean, when you make your next attack with The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
Because that is very much akin to doing your taxes. All right, so this thing surges forward. It can sadly only make one attack at you, Regis, and let's see. That is a hit. Would you like to try and get the F out of the way? You can choose to parry, or you can choose to dodge.
Apologies. Who's getting hit by this?
Regis.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I've got to try and dodge because I've got nothing to parry with.
Oh, yeah, right.
I've got nothing to dodge with either. Okay, let's give that a go.
I actually have a Shadow the Demon Lord t-shirt that I just don't wear much because I'm too fat for it right now. So
that went as well as I'd have expected.
Oh, you want a hero point or a fate point that?
No.
You sure? That's a...
This looks like a pretty dangerous foe. Do you really want to get hit by it?
Well, yeah, but I've only got a 30 to dodge, so
that's 30.
I maybe need it to take a hit.
1 or a 2 on a d6. It's not bad. Not quite that.
No, Captain Aquari. I did not get my power sword or my wraith resistant armor.
So your armor does not help here, but your toughness bonus will. Mm-hmm. So you can. What's your toughness bonus?
5.
5. That's pretty fucking good for a psychic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's tough as hell.
So that is plus. Oh, I've it's tearing. Okay, and there's my Game Master screen. There we go. Because the Game Master screen actually is pretty helpful. It doesn't have skills on it, which a skill-based RPG should. But, you know what I get to use tomorrow morning, guys? One of the fucking best GM screens I own. The Warhammer Fantasy 4th Edition.
Nice.
I love that GM screen. Oh, would you now give us a... What? Holy smokes. Okay, so you take 8 points of damage after the your toughness bonus is applied, and then would you give us a toughness check at -40? You get a minimum of 1 on that. So 1 could... I'm not sure what your toughness is.
50.
50, okay, so you'll have 10% chance, so... All right. Then... you take another 2 points of damage on top of that. So what's happened is this thing has moved directly into you, and you can feel it... like it is psychically rending you apart. You can feel your flesh necrotizing and suffering something akin to frostbite as it gets right into you. You pull yourself back, thankfully, before it gets into any vital organs, but that really hurt. Regis, you're up next. What are you doing?
I will try and blast it with my hell pistol.
Oh yeah, you can then, because it's a pistol. You take what, -10? Because it's point, because you're engaged? Isn't that what we looked up last time?
I thought I just don't get any point blank.
I think
maybe that's
correct.
the case.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, go right ahead.
Wait a minute. Let's see. Guess me. Is now a good time for me to?
Grant the +10. Heck yeah. Please do. I really like how you've been prompting it when you want to apply it to. That's a great way of telegraphing.
Yeah. I've gone whole sessions without using that, so might as well.
But we're back on that. You know, it's because we've had such long gaps with this game, right? Like when we're playing every 2 weeks, you guys really...
I appreciate that, GM. I appreciate you trying to let me off the hook there.
I think it's fair. Go ahead. That is... Okay, so that's a hit, but this thing can try and dodge out of the way. And it is a fiendishly quick little fucker. But that is not going to help it. An 87 will not do it. That is a solid hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
Better than that is 2 hits.
Oh, because you use your...
I'm on semi-auto. So.
How are you doing for ammo for that thing now?
Well, I had 80 with me, so...
Oh, okay, yeah, you're good. Okay, 70.
Ooh, that's not bad.
All right, so then that is 4. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah. Double check one thing here.
It's true, I can't really have that much more. Let me see. If that doesn't hurt it, that's a problem.
Oh, it definitely hurts it. I'm just curious if there's any...
With 7 armor piercing, that's...
Oh, man. So the way that warp... This is just as a mechanic thing. The way warp instability works is if it takes damage, it has to do damage, either damage or causing insanity points to be gained by the end of its next turn, or then it needs to make a willpower check. So by inflicting pain, these things can remain in reality. That is a thematically fucking cool thing for a warp monster.
Yeah.
All right, so yes, and you did, forgive me, I was just double checking to make sure there wasn't any kind of like damage reduction or anything like that. You hit this thing and it cries in such a way that all of you hear it in the corridor and, more importantly, in your minds. It's like having your head next to a speaker that is suddenly turned on maximum Regis. Godwin, what are you doing?
Godwin has bolt gun out and says, "We must fell this creature before it takes out our navigator." And
firing into melee does have a penalty, I think.
is there a chance of hitting Regius though?
That does seem like a 40k thing to do. Let's see here.
I might not want to shoot into melee if he's that wounded.
It looks like it's the screen says it's -10 shooting into melee combat. Combat difficulty summary. Looking at that.
Okay, combat circumstances.
Yeah.
-20. Ballistic tests made to hit a target engaged in melee are hard. -20. If one or more characters engaged in melee are stunned, helpless, or unaware, this is ignored.
Okay. So if I... Oof. Yeah.
Otherwise, there's not like a chance of hitting Regis in there.
Okay, well, so it's either hit it or miss it, but not hit Regis, right?
Right, and
Yeah. Plus, I'll be dead next round.
Like,
so.
unless you're firing in full auto, firing is only a half action, and you could take a aim bonus to get a +10.
That would be the half aim option.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
If you've got auto option, I'd go with it.
Not with the bulk, I don't think.
Okay.
I think bolters do, though. All those things. You said it's a bolt gun?
Yeah, bolt gun lock,
Yeah.
basic, 90.
Does it have what's the ROF?
The ROF is S2 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do semi. It's great because you take the whole round, you get a bonus to hit, and if you get more degrees of success, you can hit more than twice.
Yeah. Full auto gives you +20 to hit, and each degree of success gives you another hit. Semi-auto is +10.
What is the range increment?
This is point blank for you, so it'll be +30 for point blank. Is that?
Yeah. Full auto, point blank, no aim.
You won't be full auto, you'll be semi.
We could go full as well if you want.
We got full. Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Which did you have this? The lock. Oh, bolt pistol. No, you're absolutely right. It's a
semi.
Yeah.
Yeah, single shot. Semi-auto is 2. So.
Okay, so I'm going to start again because I kind of lost track. So no aim, point blank, and
so it's point blank, semi-auto, and it's -20 to hit because you're firing into melee. The screen it says -20, Sean.
You're right. I was wrong.
Okay. I was double checking to make sure because there are errors right in the different things.
Yeah.
So that's a solid hit. That means you hit with both of your shots. Okay, hold on. Yours isn't a bolt pistol. It's a fucking bolt gun.
It's a bolt gun. It's got tearing.
Yeah, so you could have fired full auto for 4. You don't need to now, but just in future, you have the full Daka available.
Oh, use it with a roll of 5.
The full Daka.
Full
baby.
Daka.
So can I click damage now?
Yes, you can.
Or do I hit multi-hits?
You have 2. Because the way you fall, you have a maximum of 2 you can hit with, and you did hit with both of them. If you were firing in full auto with 4, you would hit with all 4 with that roll.
Ooh. All right.
Just for future planning. Future DACAs.
Yeah. So 2 hits?
DACAs to come, if you will.
If you roll damage.
You realize as long as you keep laughing, Sean, I'm going to keep making these jokes. All right, solid hit. Now, you can also, because you got 5 degrees of success, you can sub in that for that second one. That'll be more damage. Right? Because that's 10 damage.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Okay, so then this thing...
Nice one.
That's a great shot. All right, so... I think here. So the thing is, this thing is all toughness, no armor. So the AP doesn't help a great deal, but a 10. Look at this. Boom. So there's for the first hit, and then because of your second one, that's 10. So there we go. You're tearing into this thing. And as it's falling away, it's almost like bloody chunks that suddenly dissipate into oily fog. It is then the servitor's turn. Captain, what is the servitor doing? It has a heavy bolter.
Blasting away.
Go ahead and let's see here. It's full auto at point blank. It would be plus 40, minus 20 for going in, so it's plus 20 in total. Its ballistic skill is not great. Turns out using corpses for it. Actually, it's not that bad. It's a 30. So in total, it's going to be a plus. Basically, you're rolling against a 50% chance of hitting.
All right. They don't have a character sheet, right? Just roll.
Does not yet. No.
Okay.
I should get, if you guys are keeping this thing around. There's success.
Yes.
And at 50%, that means that is 2 successes. So it hits with 2 rounds.
Yes.
And it is 2d10 plus 2 tearing. So why don't you roll each of those 2d10s first, and then we'll see if you need to re-roll.
All right. 2d10. What was it? 2d10 plus what?
2d10 plus 2. And it's tearing, so you can roll the best. Wow. I wouldn't worry about it, because that's going to be enough to... This thing is suddenly gone as it drifts back into the warp. Regis, as deafening as that scream of that Ebengeist was, it pales in comparison to being on the receiving end of a narrow corridor where a heavy bolter is being fired in your direction.
Oh.
Fortunately, as soon as the sound subsides, the ringing in your ears persists. But if you look around, the Ebengeist is gone, and the Aquila Nemolith is available for grabbing. It's also fallen silent. Regis, I take it you're trying to recover some...
Yeah, I've recovered a whole... You burned the fate point, got a whole 1 point back.
Wow, lucky you. All right, now, fortunately, we are taking our mid-session break right now, and when you get back, you guys will each get a fate point back.
Nice.
So, for those listening at home, we'll be back momentarily, and then we'll see what our heroes choose to do, explorers choose to do next.
Emperor, what an experience.
Sorry, I'm a dummy. I forgot to grab my drink. 1 second. Hi. Hold on. What are you doing? What are you doing?
So my next character might be a healer. seem to lack healers in every Friday game I've ever played.
Yep. Oh yeah. That was that classic with Kingmaker, right? It was
Kingmaker, Pharaoh Maze. Pretty much every Friday game I've played, we've had like no healers.
And it's the one where we have the NPC healer. Nah, fuck off.
Right.
We don't want you to join our party.
Yep. Good call. Good call.
We want to go out there, Iron Man mode. Okay, I will roll. I'm going to use another fate point right now. I need another 1 point. Oh,
there you go.
There we go. Use another point. Cut. Feel so healthy at 7 now.
All right, sorry about that. Anna needed her treats. It's Friday night. She was eager to. I think she thought we were going for a stroll already, and it's not happening just yet. So she deserves some more treats. There you go. All right. So with that thing, the Eben Geist defeated. What would you guys like to do next?
Emperor's Breath. What creature?
Say, Godwin, grab the other end, and should I? Does it make more sense for
Captain? Is there a precaution we should take first?
Regius wouldn't let us just grab it if it wasn't safe, and
I'd let you grab it in a heartbeat.
Sidelong look at Regius. Really?
Is that inside voice or outside voice, Regius?
Inside voice.
Okay.
Regius is looking pale and drained in the corner.
Yeah, he was really badly affected by this thing. Let me just give a... Hold on here for... Yeah, there we go.
It's got health bar.
Well, health bars are red, aren't they?
Oh, right. Yeah, this is a creepy bar.
So, Regis staggers back, and he is ashen. This thing awaits in there. Regis, I can tell you that it does not ooze or emit the same, psychic kind of aura that it did before, or chaff, if you will.
It's all contained.
It seems like it's back to the way the other Nemelith that you have would function, where presumably if you touched it, you would be able to access it. You also rolled incredibly well on that warp lore roll, because you rolled a 9 when you had an 80 you were rolling against, didn't you? Or 80 and change?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those Eben Geists rarely are on their own. You can sense that there is no, in this room, there is no warp presence, but...
Oh, good. So, Captain, there will be probably more of these things. So we better move quick and get out of here. Is there anything we can pick this up without touching it? A cloak, perhaps?
It does appear to be solid stone, albeit some kind of Xenos stone.
And maybe the servitor.
Yeah, would the servitor be affected?
Probably not. It is a battle servitor, though, so it's got like a giant, you can't see in the illustration, but it's got a giant gun for one arm, and it has a power fist for the other, I believe. It's not designed for delicate work. It's not too heavy to lift, like you guys can definitely lift it, it's just that, because judging from what the original Nemolith was made from, this thing's going to be about as heavy as what you'd expect a slab of stone to weigh, right? Mm-hmm. This is a slightly more elaborate version of those jade dolphin sculptures from the 70s.
All right. Well,
have anything we can maybe attach it to the servitor with?
Like a sledge, you mean?
Or a backpack, or something we could...
Well, maybe if Regis carries it, he'll also learn something along the way. You can attune to it in some way, can't you?
Yeah, I'm not that strong, but...
Oh, it doesn't seem that heavy.
I could try that.
Knowledge is your strength.
What is your strength?
Well, it's 36, I guess it's okay.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Like that's like average. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be lifting this over my head and then trying to run a quarter mile, but like you're going to be able to, you know. I mean, Dave could, obviously, but for the rest of us.
Then... Yeah, I'm not sure. Do we have anything to wrap it in?
If you look around the room, there probably is some stuff. Like this does seem to be the quarters of the navigator. And there are a couple of... those scorch marks on the ground that you would expect for where someone what do you call it? Where when a guy's consumed someone, they would have been left that mark.
A corpse.
Yeah, but the navigator himself seems to be in his. There's like I'm picturing it's like a more elaborate version of a. Like a psychiatrist couch kind of thing to cradle a navigator in. There is, on the far side of the room, there is a body in there.
So I'll go across and inspect my fellow navigator.
What you find is a skeleton, whatever has... this has been reduced down to nothing but the remnants of a skeleton, and where you would expect a third eye, perhaps, to be, there is the telltale signs of a bolter round entering. And there is a bolter pistol sitting at his side.
Suicide, I think. A sad thing, fellow navigator.
I will walk over to see what he's looking at.
Yeah, and you see precisely that. You can picture if you were to take a skull and have a hole where presumably Regis's third eye would be, the entire back of the skull is destroyed, as is most of the couch or the crash there. And the gun has fallen to the side along with his hand. It's curious that somehow that Nemolith made its way from here all the way back to Port Wander. So if the navigator isn't the one who brought it, and the navigator died here,
who was it?
Mm-hmm. But
you think he I'll put a hand on Regius' shoulder. I'll say, what do you think he feared specifically that caused him this? It wasn't the Geist, you think?
Maybe they just realized they couldn't get away while keeping the Necrons trapped. I don't know. Final despair? Isolated here? Or fear of something from the warp? Something worse than death?
And I will, while I'm trying to comfort Regius of his, unknown colleague here, I will take a little peek around to see if he has anything else on him.
Patting him on his shoulder, and as you're looking around, you start patting him on the side of the face and hitting him in the head. There. Yeah, you're welcome.
Just in case there's any spare magazines for the bolter.
There does not appear. If you do a thorough search of the room, you will be able to uncover another, let's say, 2 magazines for the bolter pistol. There is nothing remarkable about it otherwise. I mean, that's not true. It would be a fine condition bolter pistol. Or bolt pistol, I guess, is probably what it's called.
Yeah.
And you were able to find something in here to be able to bundle this thing up in. There will be some, if not like proper luggage, there's going to be some cloth or, thing that's hanging on a tabard or whatever that you'll be able to wrap this thing up in and safely transport it.
Okay, let's do that.
I'll work on that. Regius, you are pleased with your hell pistol because I'm almost out of ammo.
I've probably got about 20 left, so that's 10 rounds of shooting. We should maybe bring it with us.
Oh, I think we should definitely, because I have 2 rounds left. So until I'm out, well, then perhaps I will use the bolter for now. I will. I will discard my las gun unless someone wants it. I have a las gun as my backup at the moment. Does anyone want it? I look around.
I've got a bolt pistol and a bolt gun. Thanks,
All right. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Very good. And I will put the las gun where the bolter was. Exchange it.
You're not keeping it?
Dead. I mean, I guess I could carry everything. I was just trying to be,
Yeah. Yeah, Lady Ash has a bolt pistol, actually.
Okay. I'll hand it to her as a backup. If she doesn't have a backup.
She does
the las
not.
gun, that is. Okay. And I will take the bolt gun for myself. With the, you said there's a couple of magazines, did you say, Kevin?
There are 2 magazines, yeah, sorry. My co-DM is currently making a mess out of her comforter. What are you doing? There we go. Good girl. Anna says hi.
What's up, Anna?
So you got this thing stored away. Who was the one who touches it?
I mean,
I guess I would.
Okay.
I was going to touch the pistol.
Regius
I'll touch pistol.
Touches the Nemo.
I mean, Regius, you put your finger in the hole in his third eye bolter round hole, right? That's what is that?
No.
Okay.
Bit too weird.
So that is now saved for you. Would anyone else like to spend fate points to assist Lady Ash with her recovery?
I would, but I'm a bit low myself.
Yeah, you're a little skint right now.
How are you doing, Godwin?
Godwin's sitting
fates?
on 4 fate
right.
points. Can you guys see each other's fate point totals?
Yeah, we can. I forgot to look.
Okay.
I forgot.
That's okay.
Godwin, maybe your turn. Regius did it last time. I did 1, and now it may fall upon you to fix her up. Once.
So I can use my fate point for her?
You can, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just for ourselves. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, and you can't use it on each other, but your NPCs you guys selectively share. And she is, you couldn't spend it on the battle servitor because it's a minion, but she is another, and she's like a named NPC. So, if you like. So 1d5. Look at that. 4 hit points back.
Oh, good one.
And hold up. This is a different token. She doesn't have a character sheet yet either. Which will go on my to-do. After tomorrow's charity session, I have free and clear schedules till the end of September. So I can get all that shit updated for this campaign.
Assuming she's still alive at the end of the session, of course.
Does assume a lot, yeah.
That's a big assumption in this game.
Controlled by... There you go. All you guys have control over Lady Ash now. So, with this recovered, you have gone a little ways off of your... what your intended path was. So, let us head back and figure where you wish to go next. Is the plan to once again just make as best time as you can towards the exit?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay. And
what do we do if we affix to the Aquila to the? We're able to do it to the servitor. Is that what we did?
no, it's bundled up and
carrying
someone is carrying it, I believe.
Yeah, I'm carrying it.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
Then we have...
So I can use the point on the NPC, but I can't use it on another character?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Another player character, not, but for a named NPC, yes. You can't use it for minions like your armsmen or, you know, any other nameless or servitors if you guys choose to have more servitors in the future. You go into the servitor market. But you can for named NPCs. So this, and we're going to flesh out them. Assuming she survives, you guys will be able to keep her with you. I may reconsider that too. Like, what I don't want is for you guys to necessarily have to. For one, it kind of feeds into the lethality of the setting if the NPCs don't have the same kind of plot armor with by way of fate points that you guys have. You know, but it also allows you to get some rerolls for key ones where the NPCs are more, you know, are more suited to dealing with a task in a scene. That way you guys can still get the benefit of being player characters in a roundabout way, just with a limited resource. That's my thinking of it in any way.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay. So then, why don't... Let's see here. Regis and Godwin. Actually, Captain Aquari even had something to do for a little while. Captain Aquari and Regis, would you each give us a D100 roll, please? Nice, thank you very much. Okay. So then, Regis, would you kindly give us a senescence roll once again? Or senescence, actually. Great, that's good stuff. That is also an awesome name for psychic skill.
Yeah.
Really great stuff.
It is.
So, Regis, assuming that you are being mindful of what is, you know, what is going to be ahead of you, there appears to be two paths that you can follow, broadly speaking. One of them is going to be the least central portion of the ship. Now, the ship is so broken through the passage of time, through impact of meteors and whatnot by being in this field, and the crashing of this thing down to the surface in the first place. So there's all sorts of different, you know, breakings and whatnot in it. But the point you're reaching right now is kind of is close to kind of a choke point for where anyone going from one end of the ship on the surface to the bridge will want to be going, which means you have the greatest likelihood of running into crew from the Fell Hand landing and Captain Fell and the others making their way to try and capture you. That is one option. The other option is to go a more indirect route, something that skirts the lines and requires a little bit more careful navigating, but you have a feeling that there will be disturbances in the warp in that direction. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to catch you, or that there is going to be an encounter. One runs the risk of the warp, one runs the risk of Fell's troops. Again, that's not a guarantee either.
Captain, what do you think? Again, devil on the hard place. We've got warp creatures this way.
To give you a feeling, a sense of your progression too, guys, there's this, then there is one more stage until you're out.
I think the warp, much as it pains me, I say sighing at the still feeling that.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Christ. But I don't think we can face a full squad of Fell's men. What do you think, Captain?
We'll go with that. Let's do it. Off we go.
Okay. So this will once again...
You'd said that pistol was fine. Is that good or best?
It is best, whatever the highest quality would be.
Very good.
I'm assuming that your ancestor kept the same high standards that you do.
Fair point. Be disappointed otherwise.
Mm-hmm. You're retroactively being disappointed in your ancestor. Which is perhaps the most Aquaria thing you could be doing, I guess.
I'll judge. Absolutely.
I can't turn this thing off. Oh, God.
Yeah.
How do we turn off this crazy thing?
Piece of trash.
So then, guys, it is going to be once again another short little jaunt with a skill challenge. What skills are we going to be thinking about using this time?
Let's see.
The task is going to be partially, there may be some like scrambling through collapsed tunnels. There may be some threats to deal with where you're navigating across, exposed places with radiation, places with chemicals that are deleterious to your health. There may be places where you're going to need to, clamber up one massive part of the cliff face. There may be zero G parts too, where the gravity fails.
Rogue trader at this point.
Heck yeah. Yep, I buy that.
Okay.
Climb for Godwin. Then what are you thinking, Regis?
Awareness. I think I'll start with
awareness, just to kind of feel that where the just trying to keep a navigation, or a sense of where you are and where you're going.
Well, in case we have to do multiple ones, can I use Psyniscience on this?
Yeah, definitely, because
then I'll use that.
I'm assuming what you're doing is when you're coming near things, it'll move away. Actually, let me give you an interesting option for that one, or maybe we'll see if you find it interesting. You can forego your roll this turn, but what your Psynescence will do is impose a penalty equal to your degree of success on my roll.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. You good with that, Captain? We will go slower, but I will try and keep us away from the warped creatures.
All right.
Okay. So then who would like to go first? And Captain Aquara, you can add for either Godwin or Regis for their roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who are you motivating?
Climbing.
How's your climbing, Godwin?
Godwin is peak form, Captain. As all your crew are, but I'm better than average climber.
We'll give it to you, Regius, this time.
Okay, so then Godwin...
Well, just think... just a question. At the risk of slightly metagaming, if you go ahead, then we'll just see at the end. If we're near, and I could maybe push us through, and if we're still quite a distance, then I will try and find us a safe spot.
I think you need to make that call at the outset of the challenge.
Okay, then I'll do that now.
Directly choosing to, yeah. Well, actually, you're saying that's supposed to be last anyway?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because then it'll be just before we roll. And you are going to get the plus 10% from the captain. So, Godwin, give us your climb roll, please.
Straight up.
Straight up. Here we go. You want a fate point like that?
It's too bad I didn't have 10%, because that would have been a success. Yes, I'm going to face like that. Bad boy.
Captain is being assailed with passive-aggressive threats.
Do you see what I have to deal with, GM? Do you see what I have to deal with?
I know what you're talking about. Mathematically, letting you know that...
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
All right, so this tells us is that this has been proving to be a very challenging physical. This is like it is a extraordinarily difficult climb, and I'm picturing it being closer to like spelunking through the ruins of a ship, more so than only because the thing was fresh in my mind. Have you guys seen the film I think it's called Underwater? It's the one with what's her name from Twilight. It's a underwater station that has some kind of catastrophe, and they have to make their way out of it. It's a dog shit film but it's got a great ending. It's got a really fucking great ending that makes slogging through it worth seeing. But anyway, they got bits in there where they're climbing through wreckage and shit like that, where it's similar to what I imagine this is like, and it's very, very slow going for it. So Captain Aquare, this is proving difficult. This is truly the most difficult approach that you're going through. Let's see if your rogue trader talent can assist here.
All right. So it won't roll, so I'm just going to use the D100.
Yep. Big.
That is not what I'm looking for.
Fate point that?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Let's see.
Here we go.
No help.
Oh, boy. So what that I think tells us too is that you're just well and truly outside of the layout of a ship. This ship has suffered unthinkable catastrophic damage. The fact that there are still corridors that are in some ways passable. I think probably some of the problem is that damn battle servitor as well. That thing's not exactly spry, so that is likely causing some difficulty. So in this cramped and oh guys, do we actually get to use a fucking tunnel map in this for a battle? Let's see what Regis does. Regis, go ahead and give us a Senescence roll with plus 10 from Captain Aquare.
Good boy. Come on, boy.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be a minus 39 to my roll. So let's see here. What is my roll? Unfortunately, you have that lovely scented candle, by which I mean the Aquila Nemolith. With you, that is going to be...
That thing that's attracting all the bad... The thing that's attracting all of the things from the warp? Yeah, that thing.
Sweet.
You guys are going along by it's effectively like the equivalent of you guys party of 5, everyone carefully sneaking along. They silence everyone's armor. You've put war paint on to make sure no one can see any faces. All reflective surfaces have been dulled, and one dude is walking along with a cowbell. All right, let's see this thing. Minus 39 though. This is pretty good. I mean, not for the Ebon Geists, but all right, here we go. Here we go. Regis, over the course of this frustratingly slow crawl, there are 2 occasions when you can feel the flutter of what passed through you. A chill runs each time from the base of your spine, almost like on the very opposite edge of where your navigator's eye would hit. From there, all the way down to the tip of your toes, as it feels close, but then it goes away. And you guys have to. It's a combination of this careful avoidance and the difficulty of this passage has meant that you're making very little progress along right now. But you have thankfully avoided the Geist swarms altogether. Round 2. What would you guys like to do? You can feel free to use the same skills again, but if you use them back to back, I think you're going to take a -10 to them for being boring. I wouldn't impose those rules, but I believe they're written in the rule book. Don't check that. So, what do you guys think in this round?
You said command is not sufficient, right, Kevin?
I just don't know how that directly helps you get through this challenge.
I mean, Quinilly will never believe that his own presence just doesn't, in and of itself.
It does not surprise me at all that Captain Aquari indulges in magical thinking. So, surely my force of presence can make it. There's a great. I may have mentioned this before with him, but there's a. Because I've been reading some of Grant Morrison's work again, I was reminded of Flex Mentallo, who is a joke. The old Charles Atlas ads that were in like Golden Age or Silver Age comics of like the hero of the beach. It's basically what he is, but like his whole shtick is that he can flex his way into doing things. So he can like flex people into hoping, or he can like flex a door into opening. Like it's just the greatest fucking character, and I think that's what I think of Captain Aquari is like, Flex Mental. In the Doom Patrol show, there's a hilarious one where he accidentally flexes the wrong muscle, and he causes all of his teammates and an entire small town to all have orgasms at the exact same time. It's super fucking funny, and he's like, as soon as everyone's reacting, he realizes what he's done. He's like, "Oh, God, I'm so sorry." Oh, how
rude!
It's fucking really great stuff. That show is really, really, very much in the spirit of the Grant Morrison comics, and really enjoyable.
I'm thinking acrobatics. Did we say that that's a?
Yeah, definitely. With the way that we're kind of picturing this being, I would say that could definitely be a useful one to use.
All right.
What about you, Godwin?
Oh. I shouldn't have rolled, but I failed. I didn't know if I was supposed to fail.
I don't know. I think Godwin's a little more cautious now, and he wants to try and find an easier method. Perhaps awareness?
Yeah. Go ahead and give us an awareness check.
That climb was terrible. I can't.
No, before you do, Captain, who is the focus of your attention at this point?
I will. Okay, I will. Can I? Since I already rolled, can I use a fate point on that?
You absolutely can. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, brutal. I'm just trying to learn the acrobatics. I'm failing.
Yeah.
Back to Godwin on
the bonus. Okay. Exceptional leader. I want to make sure that Captain Aquari feels his leadership is really assisting in some capacity here.
As I awkwardly there you go.
Look at that.
That's
Godwin is there probably is some kind of strange passage of air through here. This place has had varying levels of atmosphere in it, right? So it's probably a part where you're able to, there is a wind you can kind of follow, or a passage of air.
You know what? It's probably a design, because this is a rogue trader ship. Godwin's probably got some secret passages that he uses on our ship, and he notices a hook in the wall, and he's like, "Wait, Captain," and he's like, "You didn't see this," and then he like creeps around and through, and it's like, "Yeah, here, just go around this pipe and behind there," and it's like, you totally would have missed it walking by, and he's like, "Not that I've ever seen or used something like this before in our ship."
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you make your way back, and you have made some great progress towards getting through this. Now, Regis, we did not ask beforehand, but were you avoiding the Geists again, or?
Yeah, I'll try and avoid the Geists again.
Okay, so go ahead and give us.
So I'm at -10, or?
No, because you're not trying to contribute towards the successes. You are doing something different that you're not penalized for.
Okay, come on, guys. We've got to feel lucky here.
There we go.
Oh.
Enough.
Oh, well.
You want to fate point that, or?
Okay.
You don't have to, but this gives me a -2 to my roll. But a -2.2, or 20, -22, what am I talking about? -22, that is more substantial. Okay.
No fate points, boys.
There we go. So you are finally making progress, seeming, towards the surface. You can feel yourself going up. But now you reach a point where there is a shaft you need to climb up. It's a collapsed, what was a corridor before. So it is not a matter of easily clambering up. It's climbing up to one point and then shifting along, and then another point, and then another, moving over. And as you do so, you can feel, Regis, when you are halfway up this, 70-foot shaft, something is drifting close. You feel that chill once again. The place in your ribs where that thing's hand passed through aches for a moment. And then it passes. And you're able to reach the top of that passage. And guys, you need 1.9 successes to make your way to the end here. If you reach the end before you finish your pass and I get to make my roll, I will not have to. I'm not making a roll for the Ebengeists. So, Regis, are you helping trying to get out now, or are you going to
help trying to make a rush for the exit?
Rush for the exit? Okay, so you could use Senescence as part of the challenge now, if you'd like. No penalty for using it, because you were doing something different for the first 2 stages. Cool. Captain Aquari and Godwin, you're free to go back to climbing and Rogue Trader lore if you'd like, because you have used something different for that second pass. What's everyone thinking, and what is the crew member who is getting the bonus from Captain Aquari?
To Regius this time. I'm trying to be, not choose a favorite child. It's back to Regius. Regius, you can do it.
I will do it then, and I'll use awareness for variety and I'll sneak in my way.
So plus 10 to this one.
Come on, boys, come on. I'm gonna get it.
Come on. There you go. Fantastic.
Yes.
You guys are able to get your way free of this, and you are in now a different part of the ship. This should be the closest to the exit. So, this once again, let's have Godwin and Captain Aquare give us awareness checks, and Regis give us a Senescence check. And Godwin and Captain Aquare, what you can choose to do, if one of you wants to sit out and not make the roll, the other will get a plus 10.
I'll throw that in there too. I have a paranoia talent if it applies at all.
It might, but it's a good reminder.
Yeah,
that won't necessarily.
Okay.
I'll give you I'll give you a plus 20 to yours. So I guess, Captain Aquari, what it is you take a plus 20 to your awareness, or you grant plus 10 to Godwin from your motivating, and also sit it out and give him another plus 10. So one of you can make a plus 20 roll, or Captain Aquari can make a plus 20 and Godwin can make plus 10. That's probably, I guess, the better.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, one of these is more obvious. Would you like plain ice cream, or would you like a banana split? Like, that
You're
is
trying
not...
to trick us, GM. You're trying to trick us.
It's like,
you want the Pinto, the Ford Pinto, or do you want the
Ferrari?
It's that one. Cake or death?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not great. Right. Ooh, not great for the Senescence. But Captain Aquare's paranoia, however, is definitely going to pay off. Give me 2 seconds here, guys.
Twitching.
And he's always like that.
Yeah, it's true.
I think my sensations are what exhausted from dealing with those ebon creatures.
Well, those things were no joke whatsoever. My goodness. Okay. All right, so we got everyone in there. Let me grab the old map. I do apologize for not getting this set up. This map set up beforehand, but we are positively spoiled by these Pickard maps. What is this? Oh, I truly can't read. It said Starship Builder. What did it say? Starship Cruiser. I thought it said Starship Bruiser. I am not smart. Although this has been my day. A friend's dog's name is Luna, and I accidentally typed Lung when I was talking to her, so she has a new nickname now. Good old Lung.
Go Lung, go.
Go Lung, go.
Go Lung, go.
Push, baby.
Okay. Let's use. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, guys. Boy, do we have a treat for you. Oh. You know, it's still several months off from Halloween, but not several months. What am I talking about? It's 2 months. 2 months off from Halloween.
Wow.
And I'm already getting in the horror spirit. And I'm hopefully crossing off a white whale this Halloween season with a session of GURPS Atomic Horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been wanting to run that for years now.
Decades.
Truly decades, because this is back. I bought the original GURPS Atomic Horror, I want to say 96, 97. Like the current version I've got, the black and white one, is a second edition of it. I've had this as that first one, and I've wanted to run it since then. So yeah, it's almost 27 year itch.
Yeah.
Also, I'm fucking old. You guys got another gray hair. You can do the math on that. God dang. It's like, seeing photos of friends' kids who you haven't seen in a while. I saw friends who I used to work with at a different firm. She posted back to school photos of her kid, and I'm like, the last time I saw this kid, he was a toddler, and he's in grade 1 now. I'm like, fucking passage of time, man. Yeah. Holy smokes.
Springing up like a weed, I say.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Let me just get my my other token ready, and let me see here. I wonder. I might change the grid color to make it a little less garish. Let's see. All right, so what color do we think the grid might be to be less garish? How about that? That is still quite obtrusive. I want something you can see easily, but not something that's quite so, like, catches the eye. That'll do. You will see in a moment why. Because there's a fucking great map we're using here, guys. Yeah. Let me just get one other thing ready. For absolutely no reason, I'm sure you're fine. Okay, I need to go back over here. Yeah, I need to grab... Let's see here. Oh, yes. I will say, with this campaign, I have been able to chew through, oh boy, a whole bunch of books. I'm going to justify a lot of different purchases.
Nice.
That is great stuff.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. Holy smokes. All right, size, that's what I was looking for. Whew. How big is that? Guys, that's huge. It's not. It just sounds really big. This game doesn't use the kind of standard, D&D like large and larger, like large, huge, whatever. It uses really evocative language for the first step up, so it just sounds really fucking huge.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, wrong button, Madison. Okay, guys. I'm bring you over and shift ping you into place here. So here we go, guys. This is where you are. So the emergency lighting is on. Let me get you in the positions that you guys said you were in here. Lady Ash, Regis, Godwin, and Captain Aquare. All right, guys, so you are in these emergency lit corridors. Would you guys kindly... what's the... remember the move rate for your battle servitor? I think it was darn slow.
No, I don't remember.
Okay. Oh, that's the Xenos. There we go. Movement for the servitor. 2/4/8/12. And I think that is... move, I think, is the second one, then charge, then...
Run.
Run, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's in meters, which is... So half of that is how many squares you move.
All right.
So basically, the servitor moves 2 squares per round. And the rest of you guys move faster, I think, than that.
Yeah, I moved 3.
Okay.
And 4.
So go ahead. I think you should have control over all the tokens here between the party. Who wants to control the servitor? Captain, you want to continue that responsibility? Sure. And Regis, would you mind controlling Lady Ash? Mm-hmm. She has the same rate of speed as you do.
Okay.
Okay. It is nearly silent in here too. You guys all have your void suits on still, I think. There is an atmosphere in here. And Captain Aquare, as you make your way up into here, you know that this is the way out. This is the way to, once you cross this section, you will be able to exit the hull of the Righteous Path and make your way directly to the waiting Gunhawk. Or gunship? I always forget the name of that thing. What is it?
Gun cutter?
Gun cutter, that'll work, yeah. But there's something that tells you that this is... those instincts that have served you so well in past that time when a Eldar traitor was going to poison you with a handshake. That time that a fellow traitor was going to be leaving a servitor on your ship among the cargo that he was delivering. That time that a previous navigator was planning on betraying you. Never failed. You have that same feeling here. Something dangerous is here.
Caution. Check those corners.
Corners. Check those corners. I think you have to say it like Apone. It's a rule, I think. I gotta run Alien again too. That game is fucking terrific.
Maybe the that's good. I don't want to get sidetracked. I was going to get sidetracked.
Us? Get sidetracked? Come on. I just spent a great deal of time talking about an obscure comic book character. So really, there is precedent for it.
Quinelli creeps up, looking around the corner. Careful. I sense
the ceilings in here are about 7 feet tall, so they're a little claustrophobic. This appears to... This may have been where part of the administratum, or whatever the more administrative side of your ship, where they would be working. Oh, did you use senescence there, Regis? Or is this...
No.
No? Okay. Well, I saw, someone was typing, that's why I saw the thing go down, and I thought it was a new dice roll.
Pop.
You cannot see anything here. What you can do, Captain, if you'd like to give us... what did you roll for? Yeah, Building Battle Worlds comes out soon, actually. That is pretty great. And I'm not going to get distracted. Shauna said a good precedent for it, but I got to handle...
Is it too late for me to... I never did take my break fate point.
No, you get it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have it. You just haven't marked it on your character sheet.
Right. Did you... What were you just asking me, Kevin? Were you asking me...
When did you apply to work with Wayland Yutani? No, that's not what I was asking. I was going to ask you to make an awareness check, please.
All right. You despite my...
I think what
I've
it
been
is...
a company man a long time. They sent me a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You can spend a fate point to reroll that if you choose.
All right. Very well.
I think you're... By this, I mean, rightfully so, because in the course of setting foot on this aborted treasure ship, you have been nearly murdered by ambushing armsmen, nearly obliterated by battle servitors, nearly dominated and enthralled by a psychic. You have nearly been attacked by a wraith from the warp. And now there is something else that is going on here. So your mind is just racing too much to be able to focus. There's too much stimulus in here. And I think you're also... You probably cannot help but be focusing on the goal. It's so close.
Got to get out of here.
What was that, Captain? Nothing.
Nothing.
What do you guys do then?
Well, we got to press on.
Captain,
Caution.
Allow me to tell you the story of back of old Earth, before the Dark Ages. There was a custom among terrestrial miners to send lesser creatures down to test the danger level of where they were intending on venturing.
Yeah.
I think they called those creatures
Canaries?
porcupines. The records are unclear. We have suffered at least one world war during that time, so.
All right. Have your servitor take a look around that corner, Lady Ash.
As you command, Captain. Go ahead and move the servitor.
He will, it's probably no peeking for a servitor, but he will, do a clunky mechanical. Right.
Oil can. The trouble is, he's not going to be able to effectively communicate back, I don't think. I don't know, can servitors, I don't think they can speak in 40K, can they?
Typically not.
No, okay.
Probably not, yeah.
Except for the ventriloquist servitor. Not a popular model, but...
But if he explodes, that communicates something.
Right. I think I will, I'll proceed. Watch my back, I mutter behind me.
Okay.
Is the scope on my blaster or my bolt gun?
I ignore Godwin's comments.
All right, so from where Regis and Lady Ash are, and Godwin, forgive me, Regis and Godwin are the more important ones. I want you to picture yourself in this scene. Red light bathing these cramped corridors, servitor stomping forward, its heavy bolter ready to fire, Captain Aquari striding forward, a power sword active in one hand, his masterfully built plasma pistol in the other.
Bolter at this point, actually.
Oh, your bolter is in your...
Bolt pistol, yep.
Bolt pistol, okay. That's way inferior to your plasma pistol, though, right?
It's the plasma's low on.
Then being tossed it, yeah, that is more effective than.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us what your reaction is as you see a scene very similar to this.
Oh god.
As this thing slowly... Am I the wrong layer? I am on the wrong layer. It's the light layer. Ooh, shit, fuck. The world shifts underneath you. GM's layers. They've changed the order of stuff, and I just need to get used to it. It's pulling itself out of the wall, and unfortunately, Captain, you're so paranoid and looking forward. You fail to notice the peril coming behind. Everyone,
who was supposed to have my back?
Everyone, click on your token, please, and go ahead and roll initiative. And then Captain Aquade, if you could give me a D10 roll for the servitor, D10 plus 1, and Regis, if you give us a D10 plus 3 for Lady Ash. Eesh. Guess I rolled poorly. Is there a fate point option with initiative?
Yes.
There is. Where is it?
Yes. There's actually a button for it too. Same place as the place as rolling initiative. It's right there.
That's awesome.
On the character sheet.
Captain, would you give us a D10 plus 1 roll for the servitor? Perfect. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So that is our current order for initiative. Anyone want to spend any fate points to try and move up?
Happy with mine.
Let me see here.
Yeah, but I got
So-
one left.
If you use a fate point, you count as rolling a 10 for initiative. So Akari or Cornelia, you'd be moving at.
Yeah, but if you re-roll it, you just re-roll. So you could either do it. Use a fate point to immediately choose a 10 before you roll, or you can re-roll it.
Anyone adjusting? The Wraith is acting on a 12.
No.
No? Okay. Then,
No.
top of the round is Regius.
Right.
What are you doing?
Best thing I think is unload.
Okay.
What range is this? This must be
Point
pretty
blank, I
darn.
imagine.
Point blank, yeah, it must be. I've got a range of 35, so it must be point blank. No aim, correct. Point blank. Semi.
You also get plus 10 to hit it. This is quite a big gun.
Sometimes you don't want that bonus. Oh, shoot. Only one hit.
Okay, so it flares out though. That is one hit at least. This thing it does have dodge. I'm gonna make a perception check to see if it was aware of you first. It actually wasn't aware of you. It was focused on him, so it cannot dodge. Go ahead and roll damage. 10. AP7. That hits its hull. Does not pierce.
Oh my goodness.
Then it is Lady Ash's turn. Regis, she has a bolt pistol, and she has a ballistic skill of, I think it's like 36.
Yes!
Beautiful. Was she firing at what do you call it? Increased rate or?
Yeah, but that will. Yes, so she. But she
that's
has
only
been firing.
one.
What,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's only one. So.
Okay, so go ahead. Bolt pistol is how much damage? 1d10 plus 5, and it's tearing.
Okay,
So
so
maybe roll
2d.
2d10 plus 5, and we'll take the best d10 roll. Okay, so it's 4 plus 5. It's 9, and it is AP 4. So also, the bolts themselves are exploding on the chassis of this thing and not remotely damaging it. This thing's turn. And Captain, in keeping with the horror movie theme that we have, there's like a last second look of you when you see this thing lurking above you.
Yeah.
Which is to say that you will be able to defend against it. And
Ooh, that's a bit worrying if I couldn't damage it.
let me double check one thing here. So guys, just a bunch of like this falls into the kind of like 3rd edition or PF1 habit of using a ton of defined terms to qualify what a bunch of abilities are. It's one of those things like now that we're back into playing every 2 weeks again, I'm going to learn all these things, but I've managed to forget what they are in the interim. So they're not so onerous that it's going to be tough. Like we're already, even like 2 sessions regularly back, we're already picking up a lot of stuff already.
Yep.
Okay. Just checking. All right, so I get 2 attacks on you. First, massive claw. That is just barely a miss. And the second is a hit. Would you like to parry or?
Yeah.
Don't you can't.
There we go. Just enough.
Just barely enough. Now, you can roll a percentage here. 75. So it is, but with this thing, because it's so tough, I'm going to make you roll damage instead.
Okay.
If you successfully damage this thing, I think that the power sword's got a pretty decent AP, I think, or pen rating.
Yeah.
So just roll damage with your power sword.
Good.
AP 5. So that's actually not even, yeah. You batter this thing to the side, but somehow this thing, the edges of the claws are powerful enough to hit it isn't destroyed by the edge of your power sword, and it sinks down into the ground. It's worth noting you rolled a 1 on that too for the damage, so
yep.
Don't despair in what the effectiveness of your sword will be. But yes, this thing is here. It's a good thing that you guys are immune to fear, because this thing is fucking terrifying. Literally. Has a fear rating. Godwin, do you have an ability that makes you immune to fear?
I don't think it's immune to fear. I get a +10 versus fear.
Great. Would you give us a willpower check, please? At, hold on, it's a fear 2, which means... -10. So just a flat willpower check, please.
Okay.
Want to fate point that?
So I do have this Iron Discipline. I think it helps him, helps crew that can see me.
Yes. Steel yourself, man. So you get a free reroll then, Godwin.
In between not trying to get cut in half, I say, steel yourself, Godwin, as I try to get out of the way.
Oh, no.
Now, you could spend a fate point, though.
Okay. 3 times a charm.
Third time lucky. Come on. Here it comes. Big success. No! All right. So then... That means...
But it's so big.
Yes, indeed.
Oh! Good news. We get
Boys,
to
I
roll.
think we've got a problem here.
We get to roll on a new table. All right. Would you kindly give us 1d100 plus 30 plus 30?
I think
That's great.
Captain.
Low is good here. You are frozen in terror. You make no actions until you snap out of it. After snapping out of it, you make all tests with a -10 penalty for the rest of the encounter, and you gain 1d5 insanity points.
We get those right now?
You get those right now. Go ahead and give us a d5. And snapping out of it is just a willpower test at the beginning of your next turn. Only 1. That's pretty good.
Fortuitous.
So your snapping out of it roll does not take any penalties, but once you snap out of it, then you will take a -10 on all your actions for this encounter because of how terrifying this thing is.
They've even got buttons for all of this.
Do
Your
they
fear
really?
test and
That's
your shock
incredible.
table. Yep.
Fuck yeah. Awesome. Okay, so then, I mean, less so for Dave, but still.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty interesting rules. All right, so then Godwin, sorry, start of your turn, would you kindly give us a willpower test? Let's see if you can snap out of it. Come on. Godwin.
Oh, that wasn't my turn. That was on its turn still?
I think fear triggers on their turn when you see it, so I was just retroact. I forgot that you... Yeah, when they encounter it, you make the roll. So you would have rolled that when it came out of the wall. So at the start of your turn, your first turn, this is where you'll be able to make the willpower check. And you get an advantage. You get to roll it twice. Well, that's good enough.
Nice.
All right. Captain Aquare's steely words have hardened your heart.
Indeed.
So only for a moment. You are still unnerved, so you got -10 to your actions, but you have a full slate of actions. What would you like to do this turn?
Full auto with the bolt gun.
Let's do it.
No aim. Range?
Range is point blank.
Point blank.
And remember, these are tearing as well.
Full auto, and then modifier -10?
-10, yes, because of your... Cena goose.
Oh, yes.
Look at that. Full auto,
Wow.
that is all 4 hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 4 hits, and with tearing on.
So right now I've got tearing ticks. The box is ticked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and it automatically rolls it.
Yeah.
This character sheet is so
Think so.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's tick that and then damage with 4 hits.
Yep.
Let's see, come on.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So that is AP 4. All right. 12. Look at that. Okay, so 3 reduced. That is everything. That 1 could be reduced by your degrees of success. 4, so that'd be 9 damage from that one. Here's what happens. I'm going to go from the least damaging up to the most damaging. The first shell explodes off of it, ricochets, doing no damage whatsoever. The second, that is a total of 12. Likewise, nothing. The third is 16 potential total damage. Not a thing. But that fourth shot pierces its armor. So it
Everybody
is
run,
damaged.
Run.
Captain Aquare, you are engaged with this thing. You have seen how tough this Xenos constructed metallic horror is. What are you doing?
Let's see. I am
You are engaged with it currently.
yeah. We'll say I do have I should review here my new. So one of the things of acrobatics lets you disengage as a half action if you succeed on an acrobatics roll.
Okay.
If I wanted to do that,
What are you thinking?
I think I will.
Or do you try and use that power sword of yours? You do get a +10 to hit this thing because of its size.
I'll give it one try, I guess.
Nice.
You can't pass up the.
Aquare!
Yeah. Okay, here we go. With an aim, half action aim. Here we go.
Half action aims will be +20 total because of the size and the aim.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That is
All
a
right.
hit. There you go. Let's see here. I think we'll try parrying. Let's see. Not with that roll. Go ahead and roll damage.
Try that one.
15 with a 5 AP, eh?
This is going to be depressing, but I'll get through. There you go. Little ping ping.
There's a small scour in it, but this is actually damaging it.
Aquatic.
Okay. Then it is, it is Slocum Pocum here. What is the servitor doing?
Blasting.
Okay. So it'll be minus 20 for firing into melee.
Point blank.
Point blank for plus 20, so that'll offset that. And then it gets plus... Is it plus 20 at full auto?
Yeah.
I think so, right? Yeah.
Point blank is plus 30?
Is point blank plus 30?
Full auto is plus 20, I think.
That's what it says on the sheet when you click on it.
Oh, yeah, then that's... that's actually a better bonus than the other one. So it's a total of his ballistic skill plus 30, which would be... I'm in the wrong fucking spot here. I should do is take a fucking photo of it and post it onto the thing. That would save us all time. All right, ballistic skill is a 30. So that is a total of 60.
Point blank, you said plus 30?
Yes. Point blank is plus 30, and then the full auto is plus 20, and then it's minus 20 because of firing into melee. But it's also plus 10 because of size, so it's plus 40. It's a 70% chance of hitting.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
Ugh.
It's not great.
That
great. Is 2 you hit with, because it's full auto. So each of these is 2d10. Why don't we do this? Roll 4d10 plus plus 2. And we'll take the best of the first 2, then the best of the last 2 for tearing. So that's 10 and 8. That's awesome. 18, 20 points of damage with a pen rating of 5. So that's 25 total to compare against.
You know, Quinelli at least thinks to himself, we got to get more of these combat servitors.
What's Righteous Fury again?
Righteous Fury. If you roll a 10...
Oh, yeah, he gets Righteous Fury.
I think it's only PCs that get it, though.
Okay. But if you roll a 10 or like max damage, you get something
if
special?
you roll a 10, then you get a chance to... You make the attack roll at the same rating again, and then you get to roll another... It's honestly, Righteous Fury is a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with when you're also dealing with tearing, but let's just, for now, we'll keep it just for you PCs. Because I'm not rolling it for the enemies as against you guys.
Yeah.
So that's 25. Let me think here. That is then, oh boy, guys. That's only the first round. Captain Aquare, roll the same thing. If you hit the up and the arrow key, up arrow key, it'll populate the exact same roll again. There you go. Look at that.
Ooh.
22 wow. Plus the pen of 5, so that's 27. So this thing is fucking roaring in this corridor once again. And it's totally blasting this thing. All right, then, Regis, your turn once again. What are you doing?
Well, I'll give it a shot. No, got to, frankly, hope for Righteous Fury.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah, because Righteous Fury is really useful for the players for getting those lucky shots off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The hell with the crew of ship's crew. Let's just get servitor.
Just to be clear,
7.5.
Captain Aquari has thought poorly of at least 2 past generations of his family so far today.
Like daily.
Holy shit, that's a great shot, Regis.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you hit with all 2. Go ahead and roll damage. 14,
crappy hits.
15, yeah, neither of those is sufficient, but your second shot. Oh, that rolled for both, didn't it?
Yeah, both of them were crappy.
Okay. So then it is Lady Ash's turn. She's got her bolt pistol. Regis, you want to give us her attack roll? With full auto, short range, fire into melee, or she can only fire semi-auto.
That should actually do it, because she's 30 plus 30, so that's 60.
Yeah.
Plus 80 minus plus 10.
Yeah, I think that's hit with
Yeah,
one
that's a
of
hit.
her semi-auto ones. Because she gets, it's 30 plus
30 plus 30.
plus 20 for the, no, plus 10 for the burst, plus 30 for the whatchamacallit,
For the
plus 30 for
She's
point
30
blank
plus
and for
30 for
size,
points.
and then minus 20 for firing into melee. So I would give her a 50. So I would just
hang on. So she's 30 plus 30 for point blank, so that's 60. Plus 10, so 70 for semi.
Yeah.
Plus 10,
plus
80.
Oh, it's 80. Yeah, minus 20 for
So
firing
then
into
she
melee.
gets 2 hits.
So yeah, that is 2 hits. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
So let's roll.
Oh no, because semi-auto requires it's 2 degrees of success, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Yeah, so she's only
she
hit with
gets
one.
1 hit, then she gets a second hit with the 2 degrees of success. You get 1 for just hitting,
Didn't
right?
she get 1.2 degrees of success though? If she had a
It's 2
60
degrees
and
of
she rolled a
success.
48, that's 1.2. She needed 2 clear degrees of success to hit a second time.
Oh right, I thought it was comparing the melee, the tens digit. Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead.
2d10 plus 3, isn't it? Or something?
There are, and you're right about the way that comparing the tens digits is in some of them, but not in this one. It's the full 1 point whatever.
Yeah, I get confused on that. Yeah.
Easy to do. Okay, and it's tearing, so that's 11 points of damage, and it's pen 5, right?
Yep.
Okay, so 11, 5. That's unfortunately still not good enough to get through its armor. All right, the Wraith, not a fan. If it was asked to rate getting shot with a heavy bolter, most assuredly not a fan. So, what it is going to do is... Oh, there's a cool ability I did
along the
not...
wall and kill the servitor. Scoot along the wall, and tear it apart. You know, you've been playing with Kev a long time when you use the word scooch. Scooch is along the wall. Why would I never use that word?
Scooch and I can't remember what I said. I had to meet with one of our experts in person, and I got a little bit of schmutz in my hand, and he's like, "Oh, do you want to, do you need to watch?" Engineers sometimes react funny around lawyers, and they act as if we're like, I don't know, like 19th century, women at a tea party, I guess. We're like, oh, my dad, look at the gloves, I'm not misogynistic, but women, would have been the ones at the tea parties, I guess. But he asked me, he's like, oh, do you want to sanitize your hands before you go? And I'm like, just a little schmutz, it's fine. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so... Oh, boy. This thing flickers, and you can see it move along the wall. It has not moved out of contact with you, Captain Aquade, so no attacks of opportunity for you. However, it's 1 attack on your servitor. 24 is a solid hit, not a crit, unfortunately. The servitor, being the agile fellow he is, has a 10% chance of dodging.
Hey.
Well, you want to give us a roll there?
Roll an 8.
Oh, not enough.
It's pretty
Good, but
close. Unfortunately, not quite enough. Now, the servitor has 6 points of armor in all locations and has 8 toughness. Oh, this, however, which is in here. Man, they're so... It's a great way of designing a game to have all these different traits to try and make it easier, but my God, continually looking up oh, this is a trait from the weapon, and it's a trait from the thing from the DM side.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things to be keeping track of. Oh, boy.
those aren't on the screen, eh?
No, some of the ones are, but like this is because I'm using something from Deathwatch. They didn't have. I should just grab my Deathwatch screen for next time. I'll bet you it's on there.
Oh.
And you know, they're not so complicated that they're difficult to remember. We actually remembered accurately the movement rules this time, so I take that as progress for us.
Right.
This time, every other time we've had movement come up, we've had to stop and look it up in the thing. So you know, we're making progress, guys.
Yep.
So, and I will say it's definitely a game that rewards learning that stuff. Like you guys are making some really great use of a lot of different tactics and actions. You know, so
this might be the first session that I don't think I've missed a single opportunity to apply my exceptional leadership. I think I've every time. This is a rarity that I don't miss one.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Come on, here we go. Weapon traits. Oh, that's badass. Okay, so it's got an ability called Razor Sharp, where I roll 2 degrees of success, I double the penetration of the weapon. That is fucking cool. Okay, so then the pen from this is going to be enough to ignore the armor, so it's just the 8 toughness that this thing gets to... Oh my gosh. All right, so he takes a total of 17 damage, which will be reduced by 8. So your servitor takes 9 points of damage.
Okay.
From this thing hacking through. Then it is Godwin's turn. What are you doing, Godwin?
Unleashing the righteous fury of the Emperor.
Nice.
So can I move and attack?
You cannot at full. You can attack one time.
Okay.
So moving's a half.
Right.
And then
so
a single.
Full attack requires me standing still, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will not move.
Okay.
And how far? Can I move out of my range? Can I measure, Kev, or am I going to cause things to mess up?
It'll still be point
You
blank.
can measure. You just can't do the thing where you move your. Yeah, measuring doesn't seem to be fucking anything up.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, it might make sense, Dave, to move to point blank. I mean, that might be worth it. You know, it's a consideration.
Well, yeah, because right now I am 10 meters.
Right. What's point blank for you? Do you know?
Well, actually, bolt gun's got a range of 90, so I don't need to move.
Good point. Because what is?
I'm just going to stay where I am. Stay where I am.
Yep.
And
Point blank range, page 248.
full auto, but then minus 10 for my condition, and a minus 20 because it's in melee.
Yep.
So it's
But then
30.
plus 10 from the size as well.
Okay, so minus 20.
Oh yeah, point blank is 2 meters.
Point blank is only 2?
Yeah, I just saw it.
Okay.
Oh, so I'm not in point blank then, because I'm 10 meters
Short
away.
range, yeah.
Okay,
Oops.
so I'll try this
But
again.
you guys, after all the times I was cheating with dodge, I mean, you guys were entitled to have the rules errors in your favor at some point, right?
Yeah.
There we go. For the Emperor! For profit! Nice.
Oh, good.
That is a hit with 3 shots. And then, yeah, go ahead and roll damage for 3 shots. Tearing.
So Godwin, did you Dave? You counted yourself as short range.
Ooh.
And there's potential.
that's-
Roll that attack again. There's some Emperor's Fury.
So what do I do? Hit Righteous Fury?
Roll again. So what was your percentage chance of success here?
had a plus 10 from short range and a plus 20 from full auto, so plus 30.
Plus 10 for size, plus 40, minus 20 for firing into melee. So that was your ballistic skill plus 20, I think.
My ballistic skill is 37.
Okay, so 57. So this gives a percentage roll against 57.
What do you think the Righteous Fury button does?
Oh, what does it do? Go ahead and click on Righteous Fury, Dave.
Righteous Fury button.
It's in your weapon.
It asks for a target number.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. 57.
57.
Nice. Excellent.
That's cool.
Smith.
Wow. Nice. Dealing 4 bonus damage. So that's 19 damage with 4 AP. 19 plus 4 AP. The rest of those rounds detonate harmlessly on this thing's shell. But that one cracks it. All right. Captain Aquare. This fury, before your ancestors were even primordial soup on a long-off world on the far side of a chaos storm, this thing stalked its enemies. What do you do?
Did you just name my ancestors and primordial soup?
Yes, I did. This is how ancient this thing is.
Well, now we've got it outnumbered, too, I might add. I just noticed that, so I got a little something there, a little extra.
What do you call it? Thing isn't fighting in melee, so you're not going to get the benefit for that for this round.
Okay.
Yeah, outnumbered needs to be actually fighting melee.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to attack. I'll take a sword swing. All right. Half action aim.
And you get plus 10 from size.
All right. Yeah.
Come on.
There we go.
That's a solid hit.
Oh, good one.
Make a parry. Go. Batters the power sword aside.
Okay.
Now, on this thing's turn, it can choose to use its power fist on it, or it can choose to try and get range to use that heavy bolter again, because it cannot use the heavy bolter in combat.
Does the power fist count as a melee attack?
So the power fist is a melee attack, which would mean then it would be getting the benefit of ganging up. The power fist does, let's see here. Sorry, it's a shot glove, not a power fist. I don't want to overpromise what it's going to do. 1d10 plus 8. Oh, sorry, Cerebral Fist. Yeah, 1d10 plus 8.
I'm gonna tell it to back up. I'm gonna say
to disengage.
Get out of there! Get out of there!
Okay.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper. All right. Disengage.
So it's a full action, I think, for it.
Full action, and it can just move 2. So it can move 2 squares.
Which is perfect because that is point blank.
Nice. There we go.
Back up, you beast.
I think you have control over the servitor's token.
Oh, sorry. Gotcha. Yes, yeah. I will.
And then Regius, what would you like to do?
I will try with my previously powerful gun.
Just shot through a rock and knocked the orc's leg off. Come on. Oh, just make sure it's on a
short range.
Yeah,
there you go.
We use a grid for a reason.
So, and minus 10 then. Yeah.
Okay. Come on. That is a hit.
2 hits.
2 hits. Of course, you were doing full auto. Yeah. Go ahead.
One Righteous Fury. I need a Righteous Fury to do anything. Nothing, despite...
So you're zorching along the side of this thing. Yeah, it's just the base damage isn't... Huh. Okay, Lady Ash, go ahead and make your attack roll for her. I think we worked it out to be a 60, right? No, 80. Yeah. No, 80 minus 20 is 60.
We should drop it, right, because we were saying it's point blank, and it wasn't.
Oh, right. So it'll be 40 then. No, 30. It's a 30% chance. Come on. Nah. All right. Wraith O'Clock. It is going to stay in contact with you, Captain Aquate. What it is your servitor is doing, it's not able to move into a position to fire just yet, but it's preventing it from using both claws. Because it has an ability, you saw it when it attacked you, it hit with both. It is still ignoring you, and that seems to be the thing that is the most dangerous threat. So it will attack the servitor. Come on. That is a 2. I rolled a 2. Guys, that is a 2. So I got my double penetrating effect. 17. So once again, 9 points of damage to this thing. Your servitor is being well and truly battered by this thing. Then it is Godwin's turn. What are you doing, Godwin? Oh, let's see here. Battletech rules here. Center square to center square. Yeah, you got line of sight on this thing without the wall getting in the way. You got the benefit of it being so big.
Must have muted myself. Yeah, I was looking at that. See,
that's why I'm like, he's really deciding.
No, I'm shooting.
Sure thing. Go ahead.
In short range. Full auto. And then minus 20.
Nice. Okay, so that is 3 hits, forgive me. 3, sir. 3. Go ahead and roll damage. Come on, let's get some Righteous Fury going here. 18, but there is one of those. Managed to get a little bit more in. Captain Aquate, you are getting... Oh, you aren't getting... He's not fighting melee. What are you doing?
Let's see. I am going to attack.
Do you... Oh, your bolt pistol probably isn't going to do damage on it. I was going to say, because you've got that dual wielding thing, right? Where you can shoot and slash, don't you?
It's only good for, at this time, it's only good for blades. It's only good for melee.
If you have 2 melee in your hand?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to, it's a lot more expensive to do, you have to buy it multiple times and get different. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Then, forgive me, then what are you doing? You're aiming again?
I am aiming and plus 10 for size,
correct?
Right?
Yep. Come on.
Oof.
You want to fate point that? We're in the last 8 minutes of the session.
It's a risk. All right, sure. It's my last one, so. All right, let's see. Here we go.
Ever? Oh, no. What do you know that I don't?
No. Okay, here and here.
There you go. Solid hit. He's going to try and parry again. That is a 91. You hit.
Oof.
Like, cuts across the surface of this. The power sword doesn't have any abilities that we're missing here, right? Like, there's not... I know it's got the damaging on a parry. There's no other thing that it gets.
No.
Okay.
It does crackle as it cuts across that.
I love it. This thing's great. So do you want the
Revealing
payment?
lightning.
So you
Lightning is running across the blade.
We flash back to you purchasing it, and they're like, well, we can give you the penetrating feature, or it can crackle. And you're like, is there any question? Come on. All right, then. Yeah, as balance as well, so I think it gives you plus 10 for parrying. Yeah, okay, so then that is your turn. What is the servitor doing? Trying to get some more distance, or?
I think it's going to back up. I say, get out of there.
All right, go ahead and move the servitor where you like it. Then Regis, what are you doing?
I will fire again.
Go ahead. Lady Ash is actually have to move this turn too, because she isn't line of sight to it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, before you roll, Regius,
Plus 10.
would you like the
that would be
bonus?
good. Thank you.
Let's do it.
So I'm at 0 modifier then.
Okay.
Come on.
Solid hit with 2.
Hits.
Yeah, awesome. Go ahead and roll damage. Come on. Or is that 10?
Righteous Fury, please.
Come on. But. That is a 7
close.
with 13 on that. Regis. Someone's on the board now. You keep firing away, and finally there's like sparks fly out from inside as you can see one of your hell pistol shots goes in. Lady Ash.
I guess she can move forward. But she'll just move.
Okay.
Just do that.
Okay. Then this thing. Oh boy, what's it gonna do? Oh, she could shoot though as well. She can't take.
No, she had to do a full move.
Oh, a full move.
Get
Okay.
there.
She went scrambling out. All right, this thing. You know what? It's not scared of you, Captain Aquade. Go ahead and make your attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Let me see. Do you get a bonus to it in this game, or am I?
I'm thinking no, but it's worth checking.
Yeah, it's worth checking. Let's see. Would you say Captain Aquarius has never met a bonus to hit he won't happily agree to?
That's for sure.
Okay, let's see here. See fleeing sidebar. Here we go. Nope, just free standard attack. So go ahead.
Okay.
Make your attack. And it doesn't use up your reaction, which is kind of nice.
That is nice. And do I can't aim or anything like that?
No, so just standard
yeah.
attack.
Okay. How about size? Is that a
Size is still a factor, yeah, plus 10.
okay? All right. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey.
So I make my parry. My parry is I think I hit it just by 1. Oh, wrong book. Okay. No, I failed. It was too good. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
Come on, then.
Oh,
God dang.
God bless
See,
it.
tag it, and let's see. It's going to fall upon your thing. Okay, that is a hit. Your servitor takes, that is 18, so minus 7 is an 11.
He's gone. Oh, we're in trouble now.
Godwin.
Okay, Godwin's gonna move half and then shoot.
Single shot.
Yep.
You weren't able to hit it from where you were? Oh, well, okay. Ooh.
Come on. Remember, plus 10 from size.
Oh, but it's not in melee anymore.
Not in melee anymore. No, that is absolutely correct. So no minus 20, just a plus 10 from size.
And the minus 10 from my thing, so no modifier.
Yeah, minus 10 from your I don't want to say cowardice, but last fate point to get that rolled.
Yep.
Another session with all fate points spent. I've earned my Game Master bonus, guys.
Right.
Good start to the long weekend. Come on, big money. Big money. Let's see. That is a solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
Come on. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, not enough. Captain Aquare.
Back up.
I'm gonna. I mean, I don't think backing up will do any. I mean, I have a feeling this thing's relatively quick. Like, it may not be lightning fast, but fast enough. So I don't think move.
Yeah, in the limited pace.
But if you bring
see
it closer to us, and we're all in point blank range, it's easier to hit.
Well, hitting's not the problem on the. It's doing anything when you do.
Right.
Doing damage.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I got point blank where I'm at. I think I'm gonna fire semi-auto with my bolter.
Go right ahead.
Do it.
So point blank and semi-auto and plus 10 from size.
Okay, let's see here. Got the right. Yes. Okay, half aim. Point blank.
Come on.
Semi-auto.
Can you aim for a semi-auto burst?
Oh,
yes. A semi-auto is a full round action anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
it's
a full round action.
Yeah.
Good point. See, I'm always swinging that blade. I'm out of my element with the. Let's see, point blank then, and semi-auto, and the size. Oh,
by 1. Oh, by 1. We're not missing any modifiers. You have your size modifier in there. Also, the weapon malfunction. No, because but this is the one you took from. It's fine though, right? So it ignores.
Yeah, it's best. So it ignores.
Best. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we can take your servitor out of the action. Regis, what are you doing? This thing is going to be turning back towards you.
Yeah.
So I needed a 98. And is that right? 30 plus 10 plus 10. Yeah. I needed a 90. I needed a 98. And I missed. That is rough.
Ouch.
Sorry, go ahead. I had to say that out loud.
Oh no. Is your hell pistol best?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So that is unfortunately a miss as well. You know, fate points left.
There's another 90 plus, yeah.
Lady
That's
Ash.
Good. Yeah.
Let's quickly go through this round and then we'll.
Oh, actually.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hit.
Was it 1d10 plus 3 pen 5, I think?
Yeah, plus 3. Okay.
Well, 1d10 plus 5 pen 4. I don't know where the fuck I got those other numbers from. It's tearing though, so you could roll d10
All right,
again.
I can...
Come on.
Oh, a 1 and a 2 for damage.
All right, this thing, it does need to move, so as it turns back towards Captain Aquare, it is trying to acquire you. Whoosha. That is big fat miss. Then it is Godwin's turn.
I'm running low on ammo, but hey, don't have to move this time. So no aim.
Your captain is in. Oh, he's back in melee again.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm still in short range.
In short range, yeah.
Yep.
So no modifier.
Oh, dear me.
Come on. Oh, Captain Aquare, do you want to give him the bonus? This is the last thing he can do this round.
Oh, is it a fresh? Is this a different round though?
Ooh. The only ones who acted before were Regis and Lady Ash, and I don't remember you giving the bonus to either of them.
I gave it to you, didn't I? Just Regius, or was that a different round? Wasn't that just now?
That was a different round. Different round.
Oh, beg your pardon. Then Godwin, well, let's
So you got plus 10 from the captain. Come on. Last round of the session. Captain Aquade.
All right.
No pressure
Swing it
here.
away. Yep. Let me think about this.
Do you power sword it?
Yeah, because I could try my acrobatics to make it a half move disengage to move me back, to basically what I had last time. Exactly what I had last time. With the, and shoot the power, the
bolt pistol.
Bolter,
bolt pistol is
bolter.
for sure less effective than what the power sword is.
Yeah. You get two. You possibly have 2 rounds. That's one of the possibly. But yeah, we'll go with sword. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Half action aim and size.
Okay, plus 20. Oh, solid hit.
Boom.
See, and I failed. 71 is not going to parry, so go ahead and roll damage.
No damage.
Come
A
on, big
10, a
money.
10, a 10.
There you go.
13.
And it's
Little bit.
another.
Oh,
All
we
right.
really need the bigger hits.
And
Yeah, we do.
that
We
is
really
where
do.
we're going to end our session, guys. When you guys. So the upside is you will be starting next session with fate points, but
Yeah.
the
true.
downside is these things tend to have a resurrection protocol. So we'll see if what's his name, Alessander's hand cannon can help tip the balance next time. But
Oh, right.
yeah, I don't think that thing's been terribly effective so far. I seem to remember it not shining
Yeah.
really at any point yet. So, but
Right,
for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 14 of our ongoing Rogue Trader campaign. They have made our explorers have made their way into the Maw. Can they make their way out? We'll have to see. So as is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings in the description of the video, to the Dungeon Musings Discord server. We have channels there dedicated to this game, this campaign, and wait, do we have for this campaign? Maybe not. This game, at least, for sure.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, for the Warhammer, we certainly do. And we have channels dedicated to most of the other games we run on the channel as well as channels like GM discussion or video game discussion, or currently Baldur's Gate is dominating the chat in there, but next Friday is when Starfield releases, and I will be diving into that, so I'm hoping to steer us into space and away from Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate isn't released. Oh, you know what? Baldur's Gate releases next week for PS5. So I guess it's been fun having a channel, but I will be leaving. Now, so that video game channel over there, there's a ton of great, there's a terrific community, a ton of great people over there. You are more than welcome to join us. There is also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have a terrific selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they do not have something in stock that you are looking for, you can often put it on a want list, and they will send you an email when it comes in, and you can pick it up. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code SUMMERMUSER, all caps, all one word, and you'll save yourself 10% on your purchase. If you're listening to this at some point after September 15th, 2023, come back to one of our more recent videos, and you'll find the current discount code there. There's also a link down below to the Heroes Save Villages campaign, which is one of the charity fundraising campaigns we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really amazing organization, active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries. All donations that go through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. And we also have a year-long charity campaign we've been running. You can learn all about that over at the Charity Initiatives channel on the Dungeon Musings Discord server, and you'll see if you donate $10 or more, you're going to be able to vote on all the elements of our charity, the last 2 charity sessions we have for the year. We are also, tomorrow, we are running a session of Jackal's Bronze Age roleplay, written by our friend JM DeFogie. JM has had some health struggles as of late, and that's really minimizing the impact. Steve, he's basically going to be unable to work for an extended period of time because of the impact of the health scare he had. There is a GoFundMe that is linked on the Charity Initiatives channel. We also have it linked on the main page of the Dungeon Musings Discord server. Tomorrow's session is using his game to try and, if you are in a position to assist another member of the community, of the gaming community in general, JM, not only does he have his own channel, Iconic Productions, where he hosts a bunch of different things, he also is a writer for the new Torg game and for Savage Worlds and this amazing Jackals game. So if you want to see a BRP-based fantasy Bronze Age RPG, we'll be playing that tomorrow. We really enjoyed that too, and it turns out James also a terrific guy, and just he's in need of a bit of help right now. The last thing I will say, speaking of heroes, is our terrific explorers from today. So James, Dave, and Sean, thank you so much for playing today, guys. This was a lot of fun. I feel like we're getting back in the swing of things with the rules. The rules are less intimidating. And man, I love the design. I didn't tweak anything. I didn't change anything with that scarab thing or the wraith you were fighting. Fucking good boss monster fight, right?
Yeah.
Suitably scary, but not like so overpowering that you guys are getting steamrolled by it. There's
we'll tell you after 10 minutes the next episode.
Yeah, because those hits, oh man, they do not fuck around. Then, for those listening at home, we will be back on the wreck of the Righteous Path in the Coronis Expanse in 2 weeks' time. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
Yeah.
Yep.